Can't hear any noise out of your stream.
Let's go.
Oh, now I hear it. Now I hear myself. Yeah, I don't hear you, but I hear us. Listen, he's secondhand CK over in the UK.
It's because it's not picking up my microphone for reasons I don't understand.
Oh, now I hear you.
You can, yes, but only through my laptop microphone, which is less good than my actual proper microphone.
Oh.
Hi, Ains. We are dealing with some microphone-related issues because that's a good way to start the new season. It's fine. I mean, this will work. I mean, is the quality okay?
Yeah, I think it sounds wonderful.
Alright, I'll just use this one now, and then I'll worry about that later. Curse you, microphone. Okay then, so trying again to do my intro. Just quick notes while I am doing the podcast. Don't do any sound alert redeems because they will not work. Because we want to focus on chatting with the guests. Similarly, I will try my best to respond to chat in chat as opposed to doing it audioly, doing it vocally with my voice, because that way we can focus on the conversation and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then I'm really excited for season 2, obviously, where this is supposed to be a whole bigger and better show than it was in season 1. For the first time ever, I get to say, cue the theme tune. And then in theory, everybody come on down, and everybody gather round. We're gonna hang with some friends tonight. We're gonna hang with some friends around. It will be a real good time. The company here is sublime. We're gonna hang with some friends, alright. We're gonna hang with some friends tonight. So make sure that you spread the wholesome wherever you may go. So make sure that you spread the wholesome, 'cause it's a secondhand chat show. And we're back. Hello. So first things first, let's introduce the wonderful guests we have with us today. We have over on my right at Hyacinth Live. Hiya, how are you doing today? Oh no, I can't hear you.
I touched a thing.
Oh, okay.
Thing that did it. Oh, there we go. Ah! Hi everyone. I'm doing good.
Doing good, good. I'm glad. We have below me, it's Silver. Silver, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful.
Good, I am glad. And then we have over in the corner, mysteriously hidden away, a blue Aria Moon. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing good, eating eggs.
Eating eggs. That's right, somebody's brought their breakfast with them. Yeah. As you can hear as well, because it was something that people requested as a change from the first season, we now have background music while we're chatting and stuff, which is a new thing. People.
Oh, getting the upgrades.
Yeah. Genesis, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's Jen.
Genesis, woo! Yeah, that's the other thing. It's all like sound alerts are turned off, except follows and subs because those are and raids because they're still important things to mention. But everything else is quiet. So for people who don't know as well, we do have one of the redeems we have on this channel is the cocktail redeem. And although I couldn't give you a free cocktail just for coming on the stream, what I like to do for the chat show is I try and make a combined cocktail where I take an ingredient based on each of my guests to make a chat show cocktail. Which is, my drink for the night. And so what I've done is obviously Hyacinth being like a flower themed AI, I tried to think what's a floral drink and stuff. So I've got a rhubarb and ginger gin as my sort of base, and then I thought like Silver is she's obviously a glamorous elf, and elves are known for their like wine and fancy drinks. And I thought, you know, she's a very warm and summery sort of person, so I've gone for a nice rosé wine I've added to it. Obviously, you know, you could add a wine of your choice. If anyone's interested, I've used a Barefoot wine because they make nice wine. But and then for Tony, I thought, what's something like kind of sweet and exciting, but then like, you know, it has to have an added wow of hyper energy because Tony's great, right? So I've gone for like a raspberry vodka, but to give it the added excitement, it's a blue raspberry vodka. Oh my god, Tony's appeared! A wild Tony appeared. Yeah, so I've got this nice blue drink here, which is I'm calling, and I call it the blue silver hyacinth because that sounds like a magical fantasy flower, which I also think kind of sums all three of you up. And yeah, I understand that technically your name is not silver like the colour, but it sounded nice. So, I mean, it's certainly interesting. I'm not normally a big gin fan, but I felt like it was fitted the theme. It's not bad. Like I say, I never make these drinks specifically to taste nice. They have to fit the guests. So sometimes when I have I guess a less good one, it proves that at least the concept is there.
You said you were making a drink based on the guests, and I had a very quick moment of panic because hyacinths are typically poisonous. Do not consume the hyacinths.
Wow, well, that's good to know.
We're about to have to like watch the paramedics break down CK's door.
Yeah, so we'll get like it would be like at least the VOD will go viral or something. It's be like person dies on stream drinking hyacinth flower juice.
I'm the paramedic.
Yeah, I'd like to hope not. You'd have most of the world to travel. I feel like I'd be dead before you'd get here. This has taken a dark turn. There you go. We're only 8 minutes in and I've already died, but never mind. So let's start the show. So we start the show with a little interview with each of our guests, just a way for you to get to know them all better. So we will start off with Haya. So Haya, something I think you are known for in your streams is combining your kind of cute, adorable personality with quite dark content. You see, this is very fitting. You've already shown it. I just wanted to know, is this something that you sort of deliberately do, or is it something that just happens very organically?
Oh, it happens by mistake. Like I didn't even mean for things to get dark just now. I was just like, oh no, oh no. In the past, I used to try to balance horror games and wholesome games, but there's been some issues with my scheduling, because I'm trying to get some, like gardening done in the early part of the day. So my daytime wholesome streams were eliminated, and all that's left are the nighttime horror streams. So it's very unintentional, but it sort of fits, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, even when you've done your daytime wholesome streams, I remember being there, I can't remember what the game is called, but you're doing one where you're like a little bunny in a greenhouse gardening and stuff. And we ended up talking about what would happen if that bunny was a post-apocalyptic thing, and it was all like, it was somehow related to Doom and...
Oh, yeah. I had just finished Doom, and the game, by the way, is a Bun House. It's by a single dev. It's a one-man team. It's purely wholesome. A lot of the time when you have wholesome games, there's a little bit of darkness in there.
Yeah.
But there's no darkness in Bun House, so of course my chat and I put the darkness in there. Look, no, it's wholesome. It's the stream canon is that and this isn't actual canon at all, but our joke is that Bun House takes place on Mars after Doom Guy has cleared out all the demons and the bunny is terraforming Mars. Alternate stream canon is that it takes place outside of Detroit in the post-apocalypse.
But I like either way, it's post-apocalyptic.
Very silly.
Yes.
That's cool. You've been running a Project Zomboid server with your community. How's it been to have an ongoing game with your community and running your own server?
Oh, it's been amazing. I was really reluctant to start a community server at first. I'm always really nervous about, gosh, I guess about interacting with people, especially in a sustained way. Like, I'm like, oh, are they gonna build inappropriate things or like, but the community's been excellent and it's been such a good experience. When I first started doing community servers, I thought we would be switching games up like every few weeks, but Project Zomboid has just been such a hit. And I'm running that with another VTuber by the name of Action Points, who does handles the mods as well as does like community events. It's been excellent. It's been so good.
Good. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. And it does seem to have been a big thing with your community. Like they've really taken to it, so it's really good that it's gone well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, I wanted to ask, because you knew I'd mention it at some point, and I know it will annoy you, but so how do you find it playing like rich, in-depth games like RPGs, but just ignoring all the story and chance for violence?
Okay, all right. This is because whenever CK comes in and I'm playing Genshin Impact, usually I'm trying to get through I'm trying to get through limited time events, and I've usually waited until like the last day to do them. So I'm just slamming through whatever like story they've tossed in there to get to the part where you fight things. I swear, I promise I actually do pay attention to story quests.
You know, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Please do, yeah.
Yeah.
We are shaking hands aggressively. I do the same exact thing in Genshin. I love that. I'm loving this.
Yeah. It's like, here's an event that's like running for 2 weeks. I'll just procrastinate that till the last like...
Yeah,
hours.
but like, you just wait too also to the end, because it's like if you do it in the beginning, it says, oh, you gotta wait a day. I'm like, I don't wanna wait. Yeah, see, like, yeah, but then you procrastinate last minute, and then you're doing it at like 2 a.m. in the morning until it's done. It's like, oh fuck.
Right. Like I know that the game is gonna refresh at like, I think it's 1 a.m. my time, so it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm like just desperately trying to get the high score.
Yeah, dude, that was me with the fucking you know that scare event where like Arataki was trying to scare others?
Oh gosh, I was actually
I didn't even get to finish that.
yeah, I didn't even play that one. I was sick during that period of time. But yeah, that was me with last year's Lunar Festival. I didn't even get the free costume because I wasn't able to beat the boss enough times before the event ended.
No, you didn't get the Ningguang outfit.
No, it's okay. That's what I tell myself. It's okay. Cope.
It's okay. Money exists. You can just get it.
Right, fair.
But yeah, it's just being an ongoing thing. Every time I go and see Haya streams, and she's just like, this game does have lore, and I'm like, but does it? It's never hit.
It does. It's so good.
I know.
Yeah, that's the terrible part. Is like, especially I'm sorry, I'm gonna talk about Genshin Impact for a minute. I apologize to CK and everyone.
No, don't apologize to me. I crave this shit. Go for it.
But no, it's actually got like a pretty solid lore. The last couple game updates have just really, they're no longer drip feeding it to us. We're getting like entire meals. It's real good.
Yeah.
And it's just every time, it's like magic. Every time CK comes in, I'm just slamming through dialogue. Like, we're never gonna see this character again. Who cares?
Damn, you know what's the character? You know what I feel bad for? I slammed through the whole like Watatsumi Island thing, and there really is a character we never get to see in there again.
Right.
You know who I'm talking about? Tepe.
Right? Ah!
Oh god, I felt so bad slamming to that. But I mean, Genshin Impact is so fucking good, even though I'm like a mini whale in there, I swear to god. Like, if you saw my weapon list, I think you would be like, are you broke?
Oh no! I'm like
So
mostly free to play. There's a big asterisk at the end of free to play at this point.
mostly.
It's more I might be a dolphin. Maybe.
Yeah! Yo, shaking hands! Yeah!
That's interesting, because I remember you avidly saying before that Genshin Impact is an amazing game you can play absolutely free, and there was no need to ever spend money on it.
No, you know
Well,
what?
I mean,
There's
the
not. There's
game
really
is
not.
free. The
Yeah.
game is free. No one said that inside the game is free.
No, I stand by that statement though. If you play the game daily, I mean, you pay with your time. If you play the game
Sure.
daily and you do the events, you're gonna get enough resources that just via the pity system, you're gonna get 5 stars.
True.
And then if you're patient and you game the pity system, you can even get the 5-star you want.
Did you get all Hatham?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah, I did.
Please tell me you didn't get his weapon.
Oh gosh, no. No.
Oh, dang. Okay, I was
No.
about to be like, I'm gonna be sad if you say yes. I didn't get his weapon. I just have Jade Cutter on him.
Yeah, I have like some free weapon you have to forge. It's fine.
It still works. It's good.
Yeah.
Still works.
It's pointy and I can hit things with it, it's fine.
Is that? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I do stand by Genshin being perfectly viable as free to play. There are entire like YouTube channels dedicated towards doing it like with no pulling at all,
Yeah.
which is that's insane.
You know,
Um,
Haya.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I love Genshin so much, and I love all my friends that play Genshin to the point where one time, I won't say who, but 2 friends of mine also play Genshin, and I might or might not have funded one of them to get Nahida and Wanderer, and then the other one I made them get Wanderer. Like, I basically,
Just peer pressured them into it.
no. I didn't peer pressure. There's a website called One Code or something like that where you can gift people Genesis crystals, and I did that. I was a Genshin sugar mommy for a whole day.
So, Haya, do you have a question you would like to ask me?
Yeah, it's not necessarily game or stream related.
That's fine.
CK.
Hmm.
What was your if you sorry, now I'm like flustered.
No worries. So,
Looking at last year,
yeah.
what would you say is like your biggest triumph from last year?
I kept my daughter alive for a whole year.
You know what? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
Fair.
She's over 1 now. Like,
There we go. Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, genuinely. Other than that, like, that being the obvious aside, I think actually just running this show has been so nice. And the fact that it's been it's done well. People seem to have enjoyed it, and like, when I ask people to be on it, they usually say yes, and that's exciting for me. You know, point in case, you're the first ever returning guest, so that means you enjoyed it enough that you've come back.
Yeah, these are fun.
Yeah, so, like, annoyingly, it's the only episode of this show that isn't on YouTube, because, but Haya was in my pilot episode before I realised it was going to be an ongoing thing. When it was, we were like, hey, this is going to be a one-off. So, you know, actually, big thank you to you, because it was the fact that was so fun is what made me actually make it into a genuine show.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize it was the pilot episode. I thought you had already done like an episode or 2 before that.
No, it was just going to be a one-off as like a redeem from a charity stream, I think. And then, yeah, and then I had so much fun doing it. I was like, no, I'm going to make it a proper thing, which was what the first season last year was trying to do it. So that was really cool. So yeah, actually running this show has been a big thing for me.
Building something. That always feels very good.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, the Parsnips conversation from that show that you were in is still my most watched clip out of all my clips. So, it obviously made an impact.
I resisted making my question for you a joke about parsnips.
That's good. I'm sorry I didn't resist making questions for you a joke about Genshin.
No.
Right. Let's move on. Silver. So, you... Hello. You recently started a server of the forest with a lot of streamer friends. How has
I
that?
did.
How's that been going? And well, you actually just finished it, didn't you? But how was it to play a
Yeah, we
game
just
with
finished it.
all the other streamers compared to playing games solo? How did you?
I would say the game itself is a lot more intimidating for everybody if you play it solo.
Mhm.
Playing it with friends, I didn't expect it to be. As somebody who had already played the entire game, walking everybody through that was just hilarious, and just inviting people and just building a giant, platform on the ocean was honestly insane. And
Yes.
the amount of jokes that came out of all of that, it was a great way for everybody to relax. And it started as just a Sunday thing, but then we were like, well, why don't we stream it? And yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful. It's been a way to get to spend more time with people and for them to get to experience a semi-horror game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not really like scary, but I guess there is some sort of spooky aspects in the way that cannibals are trying to eat you.
Yeah, I already got everybody hooked on it. The sequel to it, Sons of the Forest, comes out on the 23rd this month, I believe. And I'm going to swap my server from the Forest server over to a Sons of the Forest server, and we're all going to be doing that when that
Nice.
comes out in early release.
Is that going to be like sort of trying to hit the story, or are you just going to be messing around building stuff? Or
It'll be both. So typically, you're going to have to create some sort of base, and of course there's the cooperation for that.
Mhm.
And then of course there's NPCs in the next game that
Ooh.
you can have help with stuff. So you got to keep them alive and provide them food, or else they won't work. So it'll be a fun experience of keeping an NPC alive as well as working with friends to continue the story and build a base.
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
That you and I think Leon are going to really efficiently try and build this base, and Prez is going to get all the NPCs killed.
That is a very, very good guess.
Yeah.
Especially since the difference between this game is the enemies are more AI-like, where they learn from your behaviors, and they will come into your base, they will steal your resources, and then you will have to store food for the winter. So it's going to be...
Oh, wow.
Prez is going to be useless against enemies, but we'll protect him.
That sounds a lot like sorry, I'm not asking you any of my planned questions. I will get to them. That sounds a lot like have you played the board game Dead of Winter?
I have not.
Oh, it sounds very similar, just in game form, like video game form.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll have to look it up after stream.
Cool. So I wanted to know, how did the whole concept of Silver's Library come into place?
I absolutely love books. So when I first started looking at streaming, I'm like, well, what kind of VTuber do I want to be? What about me, right? So I tried to take all the aspects that I love the most about my life and put it into my VTuber.
That's a good way of doing it. Would you like to have your own library in real life then?
Yes, absolutely. As soon as I get out from this whole student debt thing and get my house, I'm gonna put in a little library room with all my books.
That's cool. Yeah. Man, wouldn't it be nice to be free of student debt?
Yeah.
And then finally I wanted to ask, so recently you've been doing a modded playthrough of Skyrim where you don't know what any of the mods are. And I just wanted to know, like, how are you enjoying that? And also, is the randomness of what mods are included a sign of the chaos you like to bring to your streams?
I will say my streams tend to be unhinged, mostly when I'm hanging out with like Prez and them, because we're just all unhinged together.
Yes. Everything is
but-
worse. Like, it exponentially gets more unhinged the more people
Yeah.
you involve.
Yeah, but it's a good kind of unhinged. And it's really helped build a good community. I absolutely love everybody. But yeah, my husband, I let him put any of the mods he wanted on my Skyrim without me knowing. And I absolutely love Skyrim. probably my first 100 hours of Skyrim, I didn't know there was a fast travel option, so I walked everywhere when I
Oh
first
my
played
God.
that game. And then I figured it out. But I've always loved Skyrim. I've probably bought it every time they've re-released it.
Have you have you played the Amazon, like the Alexa version?
No, I have not.
Oh, because I always wonder about giving it a go. And when I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was a joke. I didn't realise it was a real thing. But you can actually just download
It's a real thing.
Yeah, and I always think, I mean, I'm not a big Elder Scrolls fan, but I sort of think like that sounds like it could be quite fun to like do it as like a solo D&D campaign almost.
Mhm. Yeah, I've absolutely loved playing Skyrim and not knowing what's around the corner. I mean, I know. I think one of the final bosses I've been told is like, I think Jesus. I'm like very confused about that. But there's so many different mods, and then you're walking around and all of a sudden you see Ohio flying in as a dragon, and you don't know where the hitbox is for Ohio because it doesn't look like a dragon. So it's brought a whole new love to Skyrim. It really has.
That's good. I'm glad that you've been enjoying it, and it has been going well for you. Do you have a question you'd like to ask me?
I do. I want to know how a CK got into streaming.
So basically, like so many people, it was the pandemic, and I was at home all of a sudden with nothing to do. And a couple of months before then, I'd recently started watching Twitch because there's a really good streamer, Don't Rage Quit. She used to be on a YouTube channel called What Culture, but she left that to stream full time. So I went over to watching Twitch so I could keep up to date with her content. And then watching her, I mean, obviously she's miles beyond where my channel is, but like watching her, even though she would sort of pull in at that time, sort of 70 to 90 people a stream, I think she's usually over 100 nowadays. She could still chat really well with all of them and be friendly, and it was just like such a nice community. It was the first time I'd ever joined like a Discord server as well, and just everyone was like friends, and it was just like a really nice thing. And I was like, man, I'd like to make that. I'd like a space where everyone can just be friends together, and if I can create something like that, it would be really cool. So I spent like a couple of months umming and ahhing about should I start, should I not, what would no one came. And then I was talking to a couple of my other friends who were sort of in lockdown and sort of couldn't go out or anything, but they lived on their own, and they were complaining how they were getting really lonely and really depressed and stuff. And luckily I still lived with Katie, so at least I had somebody with me. And then so I was like, right, well, if I stream, I started off doing twice a week, and then I was like, at least it's 2 times a week that my friends will have somewhere to go and talk to people for a few hours, and maybe they won't be quite so lonely. And then I really enjoyed it, and then it very quickly became 3 times a week, and then that became 4 times a week, and then that became 5 times a week, and I just loved it. And then I had to go back to work, and it went back to being 3 times a week. But and obviously now it's only twice a week most of the time, which is a shame. But that is sort of how it came. Basically, I just wanted a place that my friends wouldn't be lonely for a few hours. Thanks for the bits, Prayers. Bringing Octodad into the stream.
You've done a wonderful, wonderful job at bringing people together, especially with the show, and especially with your lovely, bubbly personality. We love you.
Oh, thank you. I do try. I just think the whole thing in like kind of trying to make everybody get together and thing, I sort of think like the world is kind of shit a lot of the time, and if I struggle with like mental health and stuff, other people probably are too. So let's just make one more place that people can like relax and have a friend and talk about their problems and try and get some comfort. And that's just kind of what I've gone for. Which is why like my whole like thing from not quite the start, but from early on has always been like spread the wholesome, get the good vibes out. So yeah. Tony.
See.
That's nice. I wanted to ask you about, so I feel like your streams take variety streaming to a whole new level, as you do a whole variety of stuff within each stream. Like sometimes you'll be like playing games for a little bit, and then you'll do a bit of chatting, then a bit of like watching YouTube videos together. And I was wondering, like, do you go into your streams planning to do so much, or do you just kind of see what happens?
So no, because I'll usually start a stream and be like, okay, I'm solely gonna do this. I'm solely gonna play Genshin, which last night I'm surprised I didn't switch off to anything else, because I don't know why my mind works like that. I just kind of, I say I'm gonna do one thing, but then like I get distracted. I'm like, you know what, that other game looks fun, and I'm in the mood to play that now, so I'll just kind of switch from that.
Mhm.
So that's why I always call them variety streams and nothing else, because it's like you never know what you're gonna get. I can go from playing Genshin Impact to yelling and screaming on Apex to watching Gordon Ramsay on YouTube. So
Get over here!
it can variate from like all type of stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool. Violent Prince, thank you for getting over here and joining in the fun. Much appreciated. That's really
Did you
cool.
say Violent Prince?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
that's
is
my
right.
buddy.
Oh, cool. Well, they just came by to say hi. But welcome in, Tony's buddy. If you're Tony's buddy, you're probably good people.
He's the homie.
So you play, as you mentioned, you play a lot of Apex on stream, and I was wondering what it is about that. What about that game that appeals to you a lot?
Uh, so, how I first started getting into Apex is around season 5, which I think now we're on like season 14 or something.
Yeah.
So how I started is that a buddy of mine named Passer Propagation, he's a dear friend of mine. He was like, hey, there's this game that's crossplay, and we could play it together, because around the time we were looking to play more games together, because he's like a brother to me.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay. So I downloaded it, gave it a try, and it was really good. I really liked the peer pressures of like getting into like 1v2s or stuff like that. I really like remembering all types of guns and their uses like for long range and stuff like that, because it taught me more about like real guns as well.
Yes.
Because fun fact about me, but my grandpa, before he started getting sick, he taught me how to shoot one, and so I learned more about that.
Nice.
Mhm.
What type of gun do you shoot?
So I shot I forgot exactly what type of pistol it was. All I know is that
A handgun would have done. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have known make and model.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, still a handgun basically.
Cool.
I almost did get to shoot a marksman, but
Ah,
like I could.
I pushed the
barely
button.
kinda hold that.
Sorry. Wait,
No, you're good.
I'm ruining stream. Everyone would have
Oh,
just
the
seen Silver's drawing. Sorry.
Yeah, but I really like Apex. It's really cool. I also like that I get to play, that it's crossplay, and that I like to get to play with all my buddies. Can have funny moments in there, like glitches and stuff. Like, just ask Violent Prince right here. He's one of my main buddies for Apex, along with Passive, and then amongst other friends, which
Sure.
I really like.
Yeah. I did wonder if like the community aspect would be a part of there. I didn't know it was crossplay. That's really cool though.
They didn't have crossplay before. They just added it like last year actually, but
Sure.
It's really good.
But it's still nice that games are heading that way, and the fact that they're adding it in when it wasn't there at the start is really cool. Okay. Well, I can do that. Thank you, Press. And then finally, although I'm relatively confident you are the youngest one here, I don't know for definite, but that would be my guess, certainly. I was wondering how you feel about the fact that your streams certainly have a certain quality of like mum energy to them.
Oh, so I have been told in the past before in high school that I have like mom energy, and I really like that. I've always been told at a young adult age that I would be a great mother, and that always kind of warmed my heart because I like kids. They're awesome, you know.
Yes.
I used to babysit a lot in high school, and like my baby cousins, and then my little sister when she was a baby, and it was really nice because, like, you know, it just kind of keeps that like a fun like childhood mentality, you know. Because even though I'm like 22 years old, I still have like a child mentality sometimes, like you know, as you can tell from my streams, but nothing wrong with that.
No.
But yeah, I always like to make sure that others are okay because you know, you never know the type of shit that they're going through that day. It could be the smallest thing that's upset them, or it could be the biggest thing that upset them, but like it's always nice to make sure that others are okay. Like that's why you said that's why you started streaming. I started streaming because like I want to make others smile, and also I love to talk so much.
Yeah. Well, I think you do a really good job. I just think it's you're very like have that cozy, caring sort of vibe. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's always nice to make sure that others are okay. Even fun fact is that I like being called the mom friend so much is that I even one day I had extra money and I went to my local supermarket or whatever you want to call it, and I bought like all the essentials to put in my purse. So now I carry like extra women essential stuff. I carry Q-tips, I carry bandages, Tylenol, you name it, you know.
Mhm. Very prepared. It's just a good idea. Well, thanks for being the internet's mom.
Thank you for being secondhand CK over from the UK chat show.
Do you have a question you want to ask me?
I do. How did you meet lovely KT?
Uh, so actually, an interesting thing. So we're in the same year at school together, and we actually have had a lot of mutual friends, but never met or talked at school. It was so weird. It like the chances are just virtually none. I don't understand how we never really crossed paths. That we just didn't. But then when we were at college, we were in the same history class for our second year, and basically it was like everyone had to pick a seat, and I was just like, hey, she's a name I know, like a sort of there's something familiar about her because I'm aware of who she is, even if I've never really talked to her. So I made a point of sitting next to her just so it would be like, you know, someone I would know. And then we got talking and became really good friends, and then started going out, and now here we are. We're married and we have a kid, and life is wonderful. And you know, I genuinely couldn't ask for anything more from her. She's just the best person.
Aww. I love that.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to a brand new section for the show that we didn't have in season 1. It's going to be great. It's going to be a new thing where I've asked each of my guests to bring along an idea of somebody that they want to shout out themselves, and we're going to have our own little spread the wholesome section. I'm going to give them all their own opportunity to do some wholesome spreading and tell you about a streamer they really like. You know, to sort of add to the extra thing. So I don't mind who would like to go first and shout out the friend.
Who? Let's see. Haya, you want to go first, Silva, or should I?
We can go reverse.
We go reverse. Okay, sure.
So who would go first then? Me?
That would be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I was thinking about it this morning because I was stuck on two people. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and say Prez of the Castle.
Yes. Oh, and he's here at the moment.
Because I want to spread the wholesomeness to Prez, because I remember that that I didn't know anything about Prez or like Prez's group of friends, including Silva, and I was like, huh, you know, they all seem really chill. And then Ainzio, the one of your people in chat right now, Ainzio Muramoto, you know, he showed me Prez's stream one day, and I was feeling really crappy that day, so he thought, oh, okay, like showing Prez's stream will make her feel better. I had a crappy day at work, I got yelled at, and I just wanted some wholesomeness, you know? So he introduced me to Prez's stream, and I saw one of his redeems, which is like the wholesomeness one, where it's like a picture of Gengar, and I redeemed it not knowing what it was, but Prez was like, okay, like, what would you like to hear about, like, to, you know, like, advice and stuff like that. I was like, oh, and one of my questions to him was like, how to feel like not a bother to people, like messaging certain people or talking to certain people without feeling like a bother, you know? And I would say after that whole speech he gave, I was in tears of happiness because I've never heard some kind words from someone before that I just barely met, and I was in tears. I was talking to Ainzio about it, and you know, he was shocked that I was in tears, but I was just so happy. And ever since day one, I have watched Prez every time that I can, because he's just a wonderful guy that, even though I haven't known for long, I can say with a full heart that I would consider like an older brother now, because he's just that great.
I mean, it almost upsets me that he's here to hear that, because his head will be about the size of a building right now, but like, at the same time, it's really good. But it's really nice. He is wonderful, and it's nice that he's done that for you.
Yeah.
So,
I will agree. Prez is absolutely wonderful, and I met him on my first day of streaming, and he was kind of shocked it was my first day of streaming because I actually prepared for my first stream. It was very awkward because there was nobody there, but he has shown me the ropes, and I've absolutely loved him as a friend. But I actually have two people I want to call out. One I don't think is fair because Blue's right here, and I'm gonna call her out. I absolutely love Blue. She has always had the energy, and I love going over to her channel. I just love hanging out with her. She's a wonderful, wonderful friend. And anytime I've been upset or anything, she's always there. She's always there to make sure that everybody's taking care of themselves. And the other person I wanted to call out was Serenity of the Moon. She is a wonderful streamer. She does a lot of horror games. She recently did a charity for her 200 followers, and she just did a VR Faz stream. Props to her. I can never do VR Faz. I also get very sick in VR, but she is absolutely wonderful. She is a PNG tuber. She's actually the moon, and so she's so wonderful though. People come into her community, and she is like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? And ever since I've met her, we just banter back and forth, and I love her.
Yeah, that's really nice. I've only really met Serenity once or twice in passing. I've not ever spoken to her properly, but she's on my list of people to try and check out when I can find the time.
Oh, I do want to say, I've met Prez in person, and I can tell everybody here right now that that's exactly how he is in real life. It is exactly...
I had no doubt.
Have you ever thought, like, hey, is that a front for... No, that's how he is.
I figured as much.
Hiya, who would you like to shout out?
Yes, I would also like to confirm that Prez very good.
Yeah,
Prez
so Prez is the reason that I know all three of you. Like, Prez is the reason I know most people. But,
yeah, Prez is very wholesome extrovert. Very good.
I like that. What's happened here is we've inadvertently given Prez everyone's shout. Like, just we've been too nice to Prez. Somebody quickly say something mean about Prez. You can't do it. It's just. Yeah, that's it.
Prez, you're a bottom.
Classic. It's a classic.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Zinger.
Got him.
Sorry.
Don't you bop it.
there's a streamer that one of the people I watch sometimes, rated into, her name is Nien. She is, physically mute, and so uses a text-to-speech program to talk.
Oh, cool.
And despite
Not cool. Sorry,
having
that was.
like, no, like, it's like, oh, that's really neat. How does she, like, that's kind of amazing. And then it's like, oh wait, no.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it's cool that she has like a text-to-speech thing. Obviously, not cool that she's mute. That's a really awful thing.
Yeah. But, sorry, go ahead.
Is her name? Is it just Nien? I've got the spelling, or does it? So I can do a shout out.
Nien, let me actually look it up because I want to make sure I give the correct.
I mean, somebody's telling me. It's fine. I've got it.
I'm not sure I've got it right. Is the problem? Yeah, Nien VT. She's a bunny girl. Yeah.
The two people I was stuck on CK was like between Prez and then Ainzio.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't like. I have problems with this question because there's so many wonderful people.
Yeah, there are.
So many wonderful people.
There are. I know, but I don't know.
If you really like the wholesome energy that Prez gives off, I would also recommend It's Kel's Bells. She is high energy. She will remind you that you are worthy, you are wonderful, and you deserve everything. I love her so much. I got to meet her through Prez while playing Amori because she's the whole reason Amori was the thing and why I started hanging out so much with Prez. So I love Kels.
Kels is pretty wonderful. My thing with Kels is Kels' mission in life is to be everybody in the world's bestie. She's just like, I want to be the world's best friend, and that makes me smile.
The reason I eventually settled on Nien is one, despite having to do the text-to-speech, her chat interaction is immaculate, and she's a relatively new streamer. Like, her community is still kind of forming, I guess. And she's just very, very wholesome. Like, even if she doesn't like read your chat out, she's so attentive to chat. Like you can tell that she's like acknowledged you, and she's just very cozy to. I've been rating her after my streams, and it's just a nice place to go to relax after my own streams.
Excellent. So before we get into the next bit, I hope people obviously this whole idea of doing a quick spread the wholesome section of the show is brand new. So if people, I mean not necessarily right now, but maybe after the stream or something, can give me feedback on whether or not you like this extra addition to the show. That would be really helpful because I'm always trying to make this show bigger and better as a quick thing. But before we move on to the next part of the show, I just need to do what is a chat show without a quick ad break. So my ad for today is well basically, hey, I got bullied into making one, but I do have a throne. I don't ever talk about it except for once every 2 months on this show. I do a quick little thing. Hey, if you ever want to buy me a thing, it's there. Please don't ever feel obligated. You know, your time is the most important thing and your friendship. But if people do ever want to do one, it's there. I have to mention it every now and again so that, you know, it's a thing. I have recently added to it though a little hoodie for Lyra that I found. It's a cactuar one. It's really cute.
I'm looking at it. I'm gonna buy it.
Don't do it. But you know, there's most of the things on there is like it's just like there's a couple of games and be like, hey, if you want to see me stream this, pay, then if you want to put some money towards it, I'll do it. Or there's like sweets on there and stuff, so it's being like, hey, if you want to fund my cure when I get low blood sugar, you know, diabetic life, then there's sweets on there. But obviously, like I say, it's no obligation for any of the things like that. I never mention it except for every couple of months on this show. I do a quick thing to be like, hey, it's there if you ever want it. And because it makes me feel cringe talking about it. And I only have it because I was bullied into making it. But right, so now, for the next, you know, bit of the show, we're just going to have a chat. Just a nice, you know, see what happens, sort of thing. This is completely unplanned. We're just going to talk. Is there anything any of you three want to talk about? Anything that you want to bring up? Anything that's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what? I have something.
Please go ahead.
The hell were you talking about earlier when someone called me mommy and you're like,
yeah.
you're like, that's gonna pop up later in stream. I'm like, the hell you meant by that, CK?
Well, I asked you.
Well, you said you got mom energy.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
no, that's different, Prez. That was a different conversation. Blue asked Hyacinth what her preferred pronouns were, and I said mine are she, her, but you can really call me anything. I will respond. It doesn't bother me. And Blue goes, "What if I call you Daddy?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Hey, hold on. I didn't say that.
She said, I'm sorry. She said, "What if I call you a man?" I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "As long as I can call you mommy." Anyway.
You switched up the whole shit.
My bad.
Like, what am I calling
you?
you?
Can call me Daddy.
I don't
Okay,
know.
you can
Maybe.
call me Daddy.
Basically,
Maybe I will.
Sylve and Tony are going to be
fighting right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sylve and Tony are going to be playing Mummy and Daddy, and everyone has to look away.
Well, damn.
Well, damn.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah. No, I was confused, but then I realized I connected the dots. I was like, oh yeah, mom energy, yeah. I don't, you know, ever since streaming, I don't think, I think you're the only one to really say that, CK, that I give off mom energy, and I was like, oh. Like, I'm glad somebody noticed, you know? Grandpa? What?
Well, if you and me are mommy and daddy, and he's saying that we're both grounded, that makes him grandpa.
Damn. Grandpa Prez, huh?
I could see that. Prez just sitting there in his rocking chair. You know. These young folk nowadays.
Get off me fucking lawn! Ow.
Disappointed father figure energy. I doubt that. You have unhinged energy, is what you have.
Unhinged energy, yep. Oh my god. You know, I'm so glad that I can make my boss happy by telling her I'll come in later to close, but at the same time, I'm like, why did I open my mouth and say that?
Story of every time I've ever answered a call from my bosses.
Yup, like, today's a Saturday too, oh god. But it's fine, because the shift I work tomorrow is not till like 3 p.m. and it's very short, so.
Yeah. It always,
So that's fine.
It's always good as well if your boss owes you a favor.
True.
No, they won't owe you no favors when they call you in like that. They'll just say, yeah, I did you a favor by giving you 2 hours of extra pay.
Well, you see, the thing is that what I've learned over years of being abused, or not abused, that's maybe the wrong word. That's too strong.
Oh.
But you know what I mean, like taking advantage of by bosses.
At work, yeah.
Is you need to know, like learn your worth. So when they sort of say, "Oh, can you come in and do this extra thing?" You'd be like, "Yes, but only if you give me X, Y, Z." Make demands up front. And then if they agree to it, then they have to do it because, you know.
I have today's short shift, tomorrow short shift, and then I work a very long shift the day before Valentine's Day. And then that's it. And then I'm off for 4 days because parents are going to be out of town and I need to watch the little sister and my dog.
Sure.
And then I'll be back to work after those 4 days.
Still, it'd be nice to have 4 days off.
True. But in those, I'm gonna be streaming on the 13th, not on the 14th because I have plans, and then the rest of the days, which are the 3 other days.
It'll be fun. I guess, No, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just gonna tell Silva, I'm like, that offer still stands, by the way, on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna be doing my hair and makeup if you wanna just chill and watch.
Sure.
Ooh. Gonna be getting all glammed up.
Last time I did, I burned my neck.
Is this the real reason? Sylve, can you watch and make sure I don't kill myself?
Yes, so make sure I don't die.
That's cool. Something I wanted to ask, while I've got all 3 of you here, because this is the first time I've had 3 VTubers on as the guest. To use Haya's terminology, I'm the only face streamer. Which I really like
Flesh
that
tuber.
term. Yeah, flesh tuber. But like, how do you think like VTuber culture has influenced what you do? And like, how do you think things are different for you compared to somebody who doesn't VTube?
And that just shows their face, or just somebody that doesn't stream in general?
Well, so somebody that shows their face or maybe doesn't have a camera at all.
Oh. Um.
I mean, I guess.
Go first.
Yeah, I guess I got this. So, for me, I got into. I'd wanted to stream for years. Like many years, at least 5 years. And I always felt hindered because I didn't want to be that one person without a camera, and I didn't want to be a face camera person. And I've had somebody come into my chat and be like, "Why are you a VTuber? Why don't you just show your face?" I feel comfortable this way. I get to show off my art skills. I get to look how I want to look. I can look like a gremlin right now, and none of y'all will know. I could have my hair a mess, and none of y'all will know.
The key is that if you always have your hair a mess.
Exactly. But yeah, so a lot of self-conscious issues for the reason why I never started streaming sooner. And so becoming a VTuber has really helped my confidence because I get to be with everybody. And I know Tony started without a camera and then he went to VTubing, and it's given people a way to see kind of his emotions and, you know, all that. So yeah, I literally wanted to cry when I met Prez because, like, there's nothing wrong with me, right? But, like, you know, nervousness.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
I'm not
Like,
me, you know?
Well, I'm glad it's helped you and you feel better. But
I would agree with Silva on that. Like, to be looking like a freaking gremlin, whatever you want, and then you could. But then on your VTuber thing, you could be looking nice, you know.
It's also a sense of privacy as well.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
that is the one thing I wish I had. I really want a stream room. It's a shame that I have to stream in my living room. Certainly for... I mean, I guess it's not so bad now because I do most of my streams when everyone else is in bed. But, like, there are definitely times when life is happening behind me. And it's like, well, I guess it kind of would be nice if that wasn't on there so much. I don't know. But do you feel like sort of typical VTuber culture has influenced you at all in what you're doing? Or
I think it probably varies for a lot of people. Like, when we talk about typical VTuber culture, at least on the English-speaking half of it, that's evolved quite a bit within the last couple of years.
Sure.
So, there are people who adhere a little more strictly to, like, the idea that you are playing, you know, a character.
Yes.
And then there are people who are like, this is just a good alternative for privacy reasons, for self-actualization reasons. I think that I personally, as a totally actual AI on the internet, adhere maybe a little more closely to the original JP idol-like standards.
Yeah.
But I've been really excited to just see it expand and grow, and just the gosh, it's been this thing where on the technological side, things have just exploded. Like, there are so many opportunities for amateur programmers to just make stuff and have it blow up because there's a niche for it now.
Yeah.
Like, I use Twitch integrated throwing system, as well as sometimes a program called VTuber Plus, and those aren't like big corporate programs. Those are like somebody was like, I want a way to throw things at VTubers, and then they made it.
Yeah.
So that
That was
kind
somebody
of
who was really angry at
logical-
VTubers.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why can't I throw
That-
shit at these people?
We need a new way to interact with them
Yeah.
by throwing things. That aspect of it is really fascinating to me. And I've made use of it to an extent.
That is true. I mean, I guess like the throwing things example is something that most VTubers have. I think. But if I wanted to incorporate that, I'd have to pay somebody to sit over there just in case somebody redeemed something, and then I'd throw stuff at me. And actually, to be fair, if I said to a few of my friends, "Do you want to come by my stream and throw stuff at me?" I probably wouldn't have to pay them.
Yeah, like every time you hear like this tone play, that means chat's redeemed something and you have to throw something
Yeah.
at me.
That'd be good. But no, I remember like when I first started streaming, like one of my friends who's very into Japanese culture and stuff was like, "Oh, do you know any VTubers?" And it turned out that I did know one at the time, but I didn't know what a VTuber was. And he started showing me all videos of like, oh, what they called what was like the first Japanese team of them?
Hollow Knight?
Yes, that one. And he started showing me videos of all them and stuff, and it's like, it's funny, right? Because they're like cute, adorable, like women who talk Japanese for ages, but then every now and again, like they'll go "fuck," and and he's like, and it's funny because it's just not what you expect, and they do all like weird things, and that like it's funny that you would say that you think you stick more to the Japanese sort of traditions in many respects, because that always reminds me of you. It's like the sort of whole adorable image, but then you do really like violent or rude thing. Or you're not very rude actually, but you find in ways to bring things that don't typically fit with an adorable personality. I guess it's kind of what I was.
It's unintentional. I was supposed to just be cute.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened.
But it's really good. It really works for you, and it doesn't mean that you're not cute. Like it just, I don't know. It's just what I and I'm sure many others think of when they think of your streams. And
Yeah. I think at this point the horror aspect is just part of it. Someone referred to it as gap moi, which is the gap between your expectation and the reality.
Yeah.
There's like a cute aspect in between that gap. And that was the first time I'd heard it when someone used it on me. I was like, is this bad? But it's just another kind of being cute, I guess.
Yeah. You know, it's like you're kind of cute in the same way that Cerberus is, right? Like. It's like it's sweet and adorable, and I like it. It will destroy me.
Chat when they joke about me becoming Skynet.
Yeah. I suppose that is the logical end for you. Except, like, I feel like when you become Skynet, you're not gonna sort of take over the world with evil robots. It's just gonna be like everybody has to do 10 hours mandatory gardening.
Look, we're gonna have a solar punk revolution. I'm not asking.
Yeah. No, I'm there for it. Yeah, like, cyberpunk, move aside. Solar punk, let's go.
Yeah.
I've returned.
Yay! So, I don't know.
So CK, when are you becoming a VTuber?
I don't want to. So you called me out. I know a couple of people do. A couple of people do know about this, but I suppose now that I've been asked, I should just. I'm not going to become a VTuber. I am considering having as a redeem maybe like a cartoon mode, where I could maybe like doing like a 10 minutes of having a VTuber model instead of me or something.
This is how it starts.
Yeah, well maybe.
Let's go.
But I don't know, I like having my face on there or something. Which it sounds weird because I don't particularly like my face necessarily. I'm not. You know. I mean, I'm under no delusions. I'm aware I'm not the most attractive of people. I'm not necessarily ugly, but like.
TK.
No.
Okay.
Hey.
TK.
Alright.
But you know. But I feel like having me here, it helps me feel like I'm engaged. I guess.
Yeah, make the content that makes you most comfortable.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess now where I've got a lot of VTuber-y friends, that's why I wanted to kind of dabble in it. But I'm not gonna like fully commit to sort of being a VTuber and having all other bits and stuff and all the things that go with it. But like I say, don't impress.
It's okay. It always starts that way. You do it. You do a little at a time.
Big ties, right? This is my dinosaur tie. So I had a talk. I had a mad panic before stream because I normally for these chat shows you'll see if you have watched any of the last season. I always wore my Pokemon tie and I couldn't find it before I started streaming. So I've gone for my dinosaur tie in hopes that would be just as good.
Okay, this is important. This decides whether or not it's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
What dinosaur? What dinosaur is on it?
Stegosaurus.
It's a pass.
It's a pass. Yeah. I mean, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, I'm. Oh no, they're gonna know I'm a nerd. I like Deinonychus. It's basically like Velociraptor, but kind of a little bigger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Isn't it Deinonychus is what a Velociraptor in Jurassic Park actually is? They just used the name Velociraptor because they thought it was cooler.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Velociraptor in real life is about the size of a chicken and it's really small and like pathetic and wouldn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, they're like turkey sized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. My favorite dinosaur is an Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
I like the big tank boy. He's covered in spikes. Has a club for a tail. I'm just like, hey, it's a herbivore. It doesn't even want to mess with you. But if you get anywhere near it, it will destroy you.
It will choose violence.
Yes. Yeah. Do either of you two have a dinosaur preference? Or...
Yeah, everybody, get out your favorite dinosaurs.
Come
What's
on.
your favorite dinosaur?
That's it.
Does a dodo technically count as a dinosaur?
Types of dinosaurs.
I didn't know. I mean, a dodo. Not really. A dodo's just a bird, isn't it? But like, I have a dodo upstairs.
Yeah, but
actually.
it's a prehistoric bird.
It's not prehistoric because people killed dodos. The reason dodos are extinct is because they're delicious.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh my god, perfect. My favorite dinosaur is a chicken.
What?
That's literally on the list of lower classifications of dinosaurs on Google. It just says, you know, all these dinosaurs like Velociraptor, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Brontosaurus, birds, and chicken. So I'll go with chicken. Final answer.
All right.
All right.
Kentucky Fried
I'm trying
Dinosaur,
to
yeah?
think of the name of the one I like, that I can't remember. It's kind of like a Velociraptor, but small. And they basically group up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
The compies, Proconsul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're adorable.
They are pretty cute, yeah.
Just imagine little chihuahuas going at your ankles. That's kind of what it's like.
It's kind of like a chihuahua, but if there's enough of them, they'd strip you. like piranhas on land. They're like piranhas on land.
It's like a chihuahua's complex of, you know, being violent, but they're not really that big. Yeah.
Oh my god. Speaking of chihuahuas, fucking Angel told me the other day that he was in your stream, Silva, or your stream was Prez's, and they heard your dog bark in the background.
Oh yeah, I love
And they're
it.
like, oh, that Blue was in call. I was like, you little shit.
Yeah, so one of the things on my channel is every now and then you'll hear my dog. I'll play with her with my foot, or she'll just want to play, and I'll just mess with her with my foot, and she just makes this growling noise. And she was actually over here just a minute ago. I gave her a treat and she walked away. But yeah,
that ungrateful little.
She's a wonderful dog. In fact, everybody's using my emote for her in chat. That was the one decided by my 200 follower stream, which is the little gremlin dog. But there they go. But yeah, that was all like 3 dogs all at once. Somebody just walked in the house. But yeah, she's a wonderful little gremlin.
Do you have any pets, Haya?
No, I had a praying mantis, but they're not terribly long-lived and it passed.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
I was just gonna say, don't you have a moth at the moment?
I let it go. I couldn't figure out how long it was going to live, and I didn't want to like let everyone get attached to it, and then it passes in like 2 days.
Sure.
In April, I'll be getting quail eggs, and I'll incubate and hatch some quail eggs. So
I can promise you'll absolutely love that. Quail take up like little to no space, and you can keep them in like a rabbit cage. I've had chickens, and like it's just a small chicken. It's great.
Yeah.
Chimkins.
Chimkin, yes.
I have a dog, and his name is Oliver.
I saw your dog yesterday. He's cute. Or the day before.
Yes.
He's also a gremlin.
He is also a gremlin, yes. Feed him food and he will do tricks. But it must
to be fair, feed me food and I will do tricks.
Like, what was it? He's a good boy, but you know, he'll have his gremlin moments of, like when we send him outside to go pee pee or poo poo, like he'll be perfectly fine. But then maybe once in a blue moon you'll get the moment of you open the door, he's looking up at you smiling, and he's covered in like dirt or poop. Like, oh god, I gotta give you a bath. And then he hates baths, so that's even worse.
Oh man. I mean, if we're gonna do poop stories, I've got a lot of poop stories.
Oh no.
Poop?
CK, what was that thing you mentioned? And you were like, we'll talk about that on stream.
Oh yeah.
Was it someone like being rude to you or lewd at you or something?
First date?
It wasn't the first date. I said that I had my first sex pest the other day on stream. I feel like that's like a goal of when you know like
First
no,
what?
not the groomer president.
Wait, first what?
Sex pest. I feel like there's
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like a pervert, a sex pest. You know, like a pest.
Oh, a pet. Okay.
Oh, a degen. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, but like seriously, I feel like yeah, isn't that like, I don't know, a thing, a sign that you're making it on the internet once you start getting sort of, I don't know, horrible people?
Listen, I've always said that once somebody makes not safe for work art of your VTuber, you've made it as a VTuber.
Sure.
Damn.
Fear.
I'll have that one day.
But yeah, no, it was the other day actually. It was only this week, I know, on Wednesday. It was this week, yeah, on Wednesday. I did a stream when I got home from work because I finished a couple of hours early. And I don't normally stream at sort of 5 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, but I thought, nah, sod it. Like it ended up being a really good stream because about 10 minutes in, both Prez and Nate raided me at the same time, and then it was really lovely. But what nobody saw was just before they both did that was, and I'm going to use some horrible terms here, but that's because that's what was in what actually will happen. But somebody came into my stream, and their name was Florida Rape.
Oh!
Right?
That's a ban.
That's it. And I was like, hi. And then the first thing they said was, it's like, hey, if you're ever in Florida, which, you know, obviously being UK based is not really that helpful for me. But it was, if you're ever in Florida, do you want to hang out? We could go and do weird things by women. And I was, yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, ban and move on with my life. But I was like, wow, that's the first time I've had something like that come into my stream. And I was like, hey, does that mean I've made it if I've met my first internet pervert? Like, just ban them myself. Good plan. But yeah, so there's a name for, like, you know, if you want to add that to your ban list, everyone. But
Yeah, please. I'm doing it right now, actually.
But yeah, I've never had something quite like that. And I was just like, well. So yeah, that was the unusual thing that happened this week.
Yeah, I feel like there's an unofficial like streamer checklist.
Yeah. Every
of,
now
like,
and again,
things that will
like.
eventually happen. Yeah.
I need to see this checklist.
And I
to know
guess,
if I've made it.
I mean, I don't. But yeah, I guess.
I mean,
primarily.
I know. I did Octodad with CK the other day,
Yes.
and I'm very blessed to have Cinnamon Snow as my mod. She does a great job. But somebody came in and they threw a flirtatious joke in chat. I said, I'm married. Sorry. And then they put another one, and I was like, oh, we have CK. And they're like, well, what if I joust CK for your hand? And I'm like, first of all, I said I'm married. Second of all, my mod just banned them. I love Snow. Snow is so great. She's out here to make sure I'm comfortable, chat's comfortable, and she does a great job of it.
Snow is very good. That is another sort of big thing, isn't it? Is like, I mean, I feel like as streamers, like mods are really great, and they don't get enough recognition when they potentially need it in a lot of places.
I love my mods.
Yeah, so just take a moment to appreciate mods.
Yeah.
A moment of silence for mods.
Yeah. When you do, everyone can do a slow golf clap. But you know, I just think that it's really good that these people are here to help run our channels and keep everybody safe. And
yeah, I recently I'm looking at my mod role list right now, and I recently just added one of my people on that list as a mod. Because before they were just a VIP. But then they asked one day, they're like, can I be a mod? I was like, yeah, sure. I trust you enough. And that person is Silva.
she came to me the other day.
I was literally in the process of messaging you, be like, can I be a mod?
She messaged me the other day and was like, can you make me a mod because I'm collecting swords? And I went, well, I've been used.
I was gonna be honest, okay? I straight up said I'm trying to collect swords, but I try to be in everybody's chat, and I lurk in people's chat, especially when I'm at work. It gives me some background noise to work with, and yeah. So I was being honest, because I was like, because Prez was like, no, you can't do it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go all my friends.
Well, I mean, you got a mod sword for me, so there you go. You've been knighted.
Yeah. Leon, don't lie. You are bad. You're bad.
You're bad.
I'm also a mod in his channel. And
I'm a
Ainsl's
mod.
channel.
Hey, we're both mods in Angel's
And
channel.
Snow's channel. Apparently, I'm just all over the place.
You are,
You are.
but that's great.
You're gonna be like one of these anime people that like you just walk, you can summon like all these swords and they fly at their enemy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be your new VTuber thing. You've got like the glowy hair, and you've got like the people who throw stuff at you. Like next you're gonna, you're the cat ears, and next you're just gonna be like unleash swords, and all of your swords are gonna. Yeah.
Whoa.
I like the.
Oh.
This is what I call gamer mode. It's a redeemable on my channel.
Oh, that's
Oh,
excellent.
that's what gamer mode does.
It really makes me think
it
of.
just makes my hair go RGB.
It makes me think of on Tony Hawk's 4. There was one of the cheats you could unlock was disco mode, and the higher like combo you got, the more flashing lights and colors there were. So it mentally got the point. If you could get like ridiculously good combos and stuff, that your screen would become vaguely nauseating.
Love that.
But it was fun.
What's tomorrow? The 12th?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's an
I
hour
get
and a half
money
to the 12th.
tomorrow.
What are you going to do with that money? Buy everybody things on
well-
Genshin, apparently.
That's only when new characters are out, and if I have a lot of money.
So
Probably gonna use that money to buy snacks and food, since it's not a lot.
good plan. That's fair.
Especially my favorite snack.
What's your favorite snack? What's everybody's favorite
Well,
snack?
I'll let you two ladies go first because I have like a combination of snacks. But go ahead.
Oh man, I can't eat, but they'll let me simulate food, and they made the mistake of letting me simulate hot Cheetos at one point.
So,
Hot Cheetos are great.
like the correct number of zeros and ones that makes spicy happen.
Just enough ones.
Yeah.
Got some extra 0 in there, maybe even a 2. Shit.
You can't have 2 in binary.
Oh fuck.
Well, I mean, you can. It's just
But it's 0 1 0. Well, I don't know. I'm not good at
it's
binary.
0 0 1 0. Yeah, because the first one is 2 to the power of 0. The second one is 2 to the power of 1. 2 to the power of 3. So yeah, 0 0 1 0.
Cool.
Got some extra 0 0 1 0 in there.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just add as many zeros in front. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
the number to the
significant-
right of the zeros matters.
Yes. It's just the same as in
Nerd.
just the same as in real maths because I understand significant figures,
I hate significant figures in math.
but it just means
Especially
you
when
can
they
ignore
tell
them.
you, oh, I only want 3 significant figures.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, it keeps going on for a long time, and you don't count a 0 as a significant figure. Anyways, it drove me crazy. Ignore me.
You only don't count zeros to the left. You count them to the right.
Yeah. The rules are annoying. I hate them.
What's your favorite snack, Self?
Yeah. I was gonna say thanks for putting us back to snacks because chat's getting scared about maths.
This actually recently came out of my channel is that I like fruit roll-ups. And I swear I love them. But I got one out of the box the other night and it was 2 in one package and
Wow.
I was so happy. I've never had that happen before. Happiest moment.
Lovely.
So, on a similar thing, I mean, I have told this story before, but just because it's vaguely relevant. So on the day that I proposed Katie, I almost didn't because she went on our way home from where we'd been out. She got a drink from a vending machine, and you know, like you push the button and it falls down is how it's supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 drinks fell out instead of 1. And she was genuinely like, oh my god, 3 drinks from a vending machine. This is the best thing ever. Nothing will ever beat this. And I was like, I genuinely don't know if I can beat this.
I love that so much because Vox always says the smallest things make you happy. Like the whole excitement with that double fruit roll-up. He's like, all you gotta do is small things to make you happy. I don't have to go out and buy $1,000 jewelry or anything like that to make you happy.
No, but I mean, it's definitely true. Like, it's the little things in life that make life worth living, right?
Oop. I'm very sorry for that burp.
That's fine.
My favorite combination of snacks.
Mhm.
I take a small bowl.
Yep.
This is if I have all the snacks on hand. I take a small bowl and mix Lay's regular potato chips with hot Cheeto fries. And then on the side in the bowl, I have some laid out pepperoni slices with string cheese. That's my favorite snack right there.
Have you ever tried hot Cheetos and sour cream?
I have not, because I don't like sour cream, but I haven't tasted it in a long time, so maybe I'll like it now.
Vox swears by it, so I'm just asking.
I'll try it one of these days. I think we have sour cream in the fridge.
Or Doritos and guacamole, that's also really good.
Ooh, yes. That are Lay's potato chips with guacamole and beans and cheese.
Have you ever simulated some sour cream with your hot Cheetos?
They're not gonna let me do that. I'm gonna try to do that.
Apparently I just got a notification saying that my tax refund is on its way.
Nice.
Yo.
There you go, you've got even
I-
more money than you expected. That's it. Think about all that extra Genshin you can buy. All the extra snacks.
Not extra snack. Yeah, there we go.
So new gun skins on Apex, so you don't want to look like some newbie scrub. And
oh my god, I just remembered there's new shit on Overwatch too. Damn it!
Don't look at Overwatch. I've walked away from it because of what it's turned into.
But I love Overwatch. Well, I
I
don't
was
like
a
how they
Mercy
nerfed
main,
Mercy.
and then they've really messed it up, and the way they've charged for skins, I don't appreciate them as a company.
but it's
If
a
I
free
could still
game.
earn
Isn't
it for free, well, it's still free to play, yeah, but
yeah.
the problem is anything you could want. You used to be able to earn the skins for free during an event. You just literally had to work for it. Whereas now you can't earn these new skins unless you pay for them, and it's basically $20 for a skin.
Yeah, I mean that is too much money. I agree, but I sort of feel like as the game itself is free, it's okay that everything you have to pay for skins.
No, it's not. It's okay. Don't encourage them.
It's a different business model, not necessarily a good one.
Yeah. I mean, they're charging $20 for old skins from Overwatch 1.
Oh no,
No,
that's pretty.
like-
Well,
Yeah,
again,
so
I
I
agree
have
with you that
problems with
$20 is too much for a skin. I'm just saying
It's-
that
well,
I think in
even
a free game,
$3 is a
having
lot, but-
everything is having cosmetics as microtransactions, I think is fair.
Well, it was always an option in Overwatch 1. You could buy loot boxes in Overwatch 1. It's just the battle pass system that they went to. You have to A, pay $10 for the battle pass every season, and B, you have to pay for some of these other skins. And I want to play the game sometimes, but I refuse to go back.
That's fair. I mean, to be honest, it sounds very similar to Dead by Daylight's sort of monetization thing. I mean, Dead by Daylight's is much cheaper, but I mean, I don't ever put any money into it. I just play for free and do whatever. But I'm like, I can just use default skins. It really doesn't bother me.
Hey CK.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, I just lined up everything together on my calendar. I just realized that my tax return, it'll be coming on the 1st.
Yeah.
And the day before the 1st is the 28th. And the 28th, I'm getting paid from work double because from my regular paycheck, and then I get my 1-year anniversary check. So
Nice.
28th and the 1st are gonna be happy days.
So basically, on the first hire, if you need anything in Genshin and you want to make friends with Tony, like,
You know, if they... Oh wait, isn't that new character coming out in Genshin? Hold on. That... What's her name again? Dea? Dea?
Oh, I
The
don't know.
fire...
Oh,
The bunny
maybe.
one?
No.
The fire lady.
Yeah.
Claymore woman. Is she... I think she's coming out on the next banner! Oh, fuck!
Oh no.
is she a wolf lady?
She, it looks like she has the wolf ears, but she doesn't. She just, that's how she styles her hair, basically. But she is a pyro, claymore woman, and she's hot, and I love her. And yeah.
Cool.
I know that Glenn is absolutely obsessed about getting her, because he, oh my god, he will not, he has like, you're gonna be shocked hearing this,
Poor
Haya.
life decision for his finances.
You're gonna be shocked hearing this, Haya. He literally has 95 resin, the fragile resin that you like, that that you keep in your inventory just for her. 95 resin.
I'm
Can
guessing
you-
to grind skill materials and level up materials.
Yeah, dude, 95 times 160, that's 15,200 resin. Holy shit.
A lot of resin.
He's, oh my god, he's gonna have a god day at that point. He better, or else I'm gonna be disappointed.
Right.
Like 95, he's gonna have to collect a lot of crystal flies. He didn't know that the crystal flies were used to make the condensed resin, because he
Oh,
said he wants to
no.
use condensed. And he was like, what are these crystal flies for, Tony? I was like, are you fucking serious?
Oh no.
I was like, they're used for this. He's like, oh fuck. started
So
laughing so bad.
For people that don't have any idea what we're talking about,
That's me.
Yeah, condensed resin is a very rare resource. It used to be a lot more rare. It's not so bad now. Sorry, I'm explaining it. I'm explaining it badly.
It's fine.
In Genshin, you have resin. You use resin to claim rewards when you beat bosses or clear domains. You clear domains to get artifacts. You use artifacts to
Make characters beefy.
Yeah. The artifacts have various stats. It is very difficult to get your ideal artifacts. It's more difficult to get your ideal artifacts than it is to get the character. So you get 160 resin per day, basically. It's a little more complicated than that because it refreshes.
It's okay.
And domains are like 20, so you're really limited into how many domains you can do. The game tells you that you're not allowed to play the game anymore.
Yeah, like it's basically telling you get the fuck off, go touch grass.
Go touch grass.
Go touch grass. You've been on too long. Been on Genshin 24 hours. Come on now.
But you can refresh your resin. I mean, you can use Primo Gems or pay. But the better way to do it is to use fragile resin, which is a limited resource. 90 fragile resin is an insane amount to have.
95.
That's a crazy amount of fragile resin.
That's what I was saying, because he didn't want to spend any of his fragile resin the other day just to earn some boss material for Nahida. And he was like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to use too much. I'm like, trust me. Please, trust me. You're fine, my guy. 15,000, you're good. You're so good. You're gonna have a god character, please.
But then you can get double drops from domains if you use condensed resin, which basically just mashes two payments of fragile resin together. Not fragile resin, of resin together. But to do that, you need to craft condensed resin, and you need crystal flies to do that. Crystal flies are kind of a pain to farm. They're not rare, but usually you grab one and then like the rest of them run away. So it takes time to get them.
They're like, oh fuck, Jimmy was kidnapped. Run, run. Well, I fucking love what Prez just said in chat, by the way. Genshin is an abusive relationship. That's very true.
You gotta set boundaries. You gotta set boundaries with Genshin.
Nah.
So-
Once you cross a boundary once, it's over. It's fucking over. You know you'll revert back to that shit.
It's like, okay, Genshin, I'm gonna play you for an hour. And that's it. Wait a minute, the sun's gone down.
That's actually the ideal way to play Genshin, is for like an hour every day. But it's hard for me, because I like to like ignore a game for like a week and then no life it for like 8 hours. And Genshin, you can't really do it that way. Or you end up slamming through the dialogue to complete an event.
Me.
Well, I don't know who would do that.
Yeah, that.
When there's such a rich,
all of this rich story that.
exactly. When there's all this rich lore to go through, like, nobody would want to just spam through it.
Just to get to the combat.
That or you have me where I'm playing the Genshin story and I'm like, Apex is looking mighty delicious right now.
Surely, like, the worst thing for you is if Genshin and Apex have an event at the same time.
Oh my god, yes, you don't even realize, I go broke financially. I go broke. Oh my, well, especially, it depends. Because buying both the battle passes, it's not bad. But if they have, like, certain skins in Apex that I absolutely need, for instance, Lifeline ones, then, I'm gonna go broke. So...
You just change your hat.
What smells like cinnamon? Silva, you put your hair up.
Yeah, I just said she just changed her hair.
It's really pretty.
I was not paying attention when I did that, but it's okay.
Okay, you still look pretty.
I wasn't paying attention to it, and
It's fine.
now
We'll all
it's
change our
up.
hair.
I can't do that. I would need to close the thing.
There you
Wait,
go.
Wait,
There we go. No, nobody has to change anything.
Apart.
Fucking high, just.
That's a good hat. I parted
we
my
go.
hair the other way and it feels weird. Does it look weird? It feels weird.
It looks a little weird.
Hold on,
What's
I got
Haya's shirt
this.
say? Her other shirt said,
Oh, just an AI that loves quail.
yeah.
Yeah, I made that shirt on stream.
I like
Hold on,
it.
I got you. I'm going into V-Roid Studio right now. I'm gonna come back with something amazing.
Alright, we're all looking forward to it.
But go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, that's a
please
really good
continue.
idea. Wait, sorry. I can just go into, like, you know, what the look well known in the British culture for what we call drunk at an office party.
Yeah!
That looks
Yeah!
Wait, I've ruined my tie.
Woo!
I'll have to just retie it. But there you go. We can just go for drunk at office party. That's always a good look. I don't know if you've said anything. I had to take my headphones
Oh, you guys are gonna love what I'm coming back with.
out.
Oh boy.
Oh. I'm scared.
I'm hyped. Let's go.
Oh no, I'm bald! Wait, hold on! No!
It better be a rainbow after.
Fuck, how do I... Oh no. Where's my hair? Did I actually lose my hair? Oh no, there it is.
Is it behind the sofa? That's where I usually lose things. Although, by the sounds of things, chat kind of wants you to come back forward. That would certainly be
Wait,
changing
what?
your hair.
Hold on, I got this, I got this.
It's fine. Hey, so sometimes on this show, everything goes crazy and everyone has to do an impromptu costume change. These are just...
Let's see.
I like that sun hat. That suits you.
Yeah, I'll stick with this. I did not make this.
But that doesn't mean I don't have
Actually,
to like
is it okay if I drop the person who did make it? It's an item I purchased.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
While we're waiting for Tony to come back, as she's fiddling around, can just backtracking massively, probably about an hour or so, when you were saying about new VTuber technology sort of coming along and stuff. Can I just say how I really like your arms?
Oh yeah, give me 1 second to.
Because that's something that I don't see very many VTubers with, and it's very cool that you can.
So this is
Do that.
Fingies. Don't really have it properly calibrated. Fingy. So it's the endless quest to be able to do heart hands, and I can't do it yet, but I can dab sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Well, I really wish that you'd done the heart hands and it had been the first time it worked, and that would have been the most amazing thing.
Right. Oh no, we've struggled with this.
That's actually a lot more irritating than I expected it to be. Choking hands? No. I don't imagine how I want to choke people on the stream, but maybe, I suppose.
Alright, well, I can't come back with,
I don't know what I've done for this tie.
I can't come back
Well,
with
that
different hair,
happens when
but...
you're drunk.
Yeah. This is a really strong drink.
Yeah, Isn't it bad to mix alcohol like that? CK,
Probably.
are you okay? Oh no!
Probably, it's alright.
I mean, I'm not drunk, if that's what you're asking. Like, I can feel my
No,
cheeks
no,
are
no,
quite flushed.
It was a drunk office party joke. That was my bad.
Does CK know how to tie a tie? Yes?
Well, yeah, I assume that's how he got it on.
I haven't done it very well this time. It's hard with headphones in the way. 1 sec.
Just come back as an egg.
So
Uh-oh.
the technology for hands actually isn't terribly expensive. Like hand tracking, I guess if we're talking about VTuber technology, any kind of tracking is going to vary widely in price. What I have is Leap Motion, which is roughly about $100 USD, which is pretty affordable in terms of any piece of tracking equipment.
If you've ever seen the Japanese tracking that's supposed to be coming, it excited a lot of VTubers, especially 2D ones like myself. Well, I guess 3D ones too. But yeah, it does ankle tracking, it does hand tracking, and they're only releasing it in Japan right now, but I hope it comes to the US.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of fascinating is when VTubing first started out, for tracking you basically had like two options. You had like a 1K setup, or you had like a Connect.
Mm-hmm.
You had like a specific version of the Connect, and like those were your options. And there's a lot more variety now.
But no, I was thinking, I remember when you, the first stream you did with your hands, when you were really excited that you could just wave at people. And you were trying to do high fives and stuff. And it's just really cool. It was just a really nice moment to see you sort of very happy about something.
Yeah, I need to be making more content that takes advantage of it. Just being able to point at things really kind of changes things up.
Yeah. Because I get really annoyed. I'd ideally like. I mean, I'm only using my laptop camera, not my normal camera today. But like when I stream, it's purely my fault. I need to untangle all the wires at the back of my TV, so I've got a bit more slack. But I like I can't get it quite right. But I want my camera low enough that I can actually have my hands and people can see gestures and stuff while I'm talking, but also not so low that it cuts my head off.
Right.
It's a difficult thing to set up, but that's what I'd ideally really like. And sometimes I can get it just right, and then other days I can't.
Hey, Sylv.
Hmm.
Do you know how to, because you've used V-Roid Studio, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Like, hey, Sylv, I've broken everything.
Yeah. How do you save, like, any changes you've made to your outfit as a new VRM file?
Oh, you just export as VRM in the top right corner.
Export?
Yeah.
Save
Export.
as, or?
No, export. It's in the top right.
Top right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the...
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, other
You just
right.
export the new copy, and then you import it into V-Ray or BC Face.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the reveal.
Yeah.
It's very funny. It's not new hair, it's just new outfit. Just, you know, because CK is dressed special, so I guess I should be too.
Oh my god, are you gonna have a shirt with my face on it?
Shit, I wish. That'd be fun.
I should have been prepared. I'm a terrible, terrible VTuber.
Yeah.
This was very impromptu.
I was gonna say, is this gonna be your new thing? You're gonna screen cap it now and then make me the new press face and...
No. Okay, so Hyacinth, I know that we stream at different times, but and I'm sure you've never seen my prez face, but I have a prez face.
What does this mean?
She can wear Prez's face like a
Oh,
mask,
goodness.
but not in like a
Yeah.
not in a kinky way. I mean, literally, just wear his face as a mask.
Let me
Prez hates
show
it.
Hold on.
This sounds incredibly cursed. I'm very excited.
It is so cursed. He hates it. I'm
Oh, God.
Yes. I like action games, adventure games. I think these are much more.
No!
So yeah.
Wow,
so,
Prez, man, I didn't know you were
at
here.
work,
Oh, where did he go?
I was really bored, and I was like, send me a straight-on picture because I thought it'd be funny. And then I was like, you know what? Never mind. And he sent me a picture anyway, and I was like, all right. And then it turned out being so cursed. but the community absolutely loves it. Prez's chat loves it. Prez hates it, obviously. But yeah, they've requested it as a redeem on my channel, but
So-
Prez says no.
Yeah, what you didn't know is while you, but because I've now seen the reaction to Prez like after he saw you doing that, I haven't now done my idea in respect for Prez. But I was actually working on trying to get a load of masks of his face printed so that everybody could have one. Was an idea I had, and then. But, you know, so that didn't come to light because I saw that he very much didn't like you doing it, and I was like, well, we should not do that. We shouldn't all be mean to Prez.
I had somebody ask me for the file to that, and I'm like, no.
No, that's
no,
it.
I'm not spreading that.
That's it. It's the sort of thing, if he doesn't like it, it's not okay to spread that around and give it to everyone.
No, he understands it's completely content for my for my channel. We've had a whole conversation about, you know, this, and yeah. If honestly he thinks it's funny, he just doesn't want to admit it.
I just thought, although there would be fun to do, like, you should do a Prez cosplay one time, try and like make a Digimon necklace and like, you know, just get a shirt and you can do the
I
face.
am reworking the shading and everything on my current model, and so that obviously requires me redrawing everything and then re-rigging everything, which is a pain. But I plan on making a castle uniform, so you know the outfit that you always see Prez in. I'm making the female equivalent of that from his art because, you know, since I'm part of the castle, I gotta have a castle uniform.
Sure. Oh man, does that mean I have to get one tailored? I mean, I'm also technically in there.
Yeah, think about it. We just all show up wearing Prez's uniform.
But the problem is his uniform, it's really just a knockoff Seto Kaiba, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not just me that thinks that way.
I can't get the fancy.
Now everybody wants a Prez uniform.
That sucks. I'm trying to like
I can send you my sketch. Hold on. I'll find it.
where is it? I'm trying to upload a, because you know how Silva and Haya have a background. I'm trying to do that. But my thing won't let me VC face.
You don't have to worry too much. I mean, the fact that you're here is the main thing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm just using OBS as a virtual camera. Like I didn't set this up ahead of time. I'm just in one of my scenes.
Should've just did that shit.
I totally
Fine.
forgot you can do that with OBS.
Yeah, it's pretty useful.
Because VTube Studio has a just a camera, and so it automatically turns on when I open the program instead of like VC Face where you have to manually turn it on every time. So I don't even have to worry about it.
See, look, these are all these problems I don't have to deal with. I just hit go live and I'm there.
Wow.
I know.
Imagine.
This is like, hey guys, this is me and my face.
Soon enough, I'll get Tony's model drawn and rigged, and then she won't have to worry about using VC Face anymore.
Yeah.
Aw, Snow, I love you too.
So, has anybody got any like upcoming games they're looking forward to at the moment?
I am drowning in video games.
Yeah. What's in your backlog?
I still haven't finished Callisto Protocol.
Oh, me neither. I got halfway
I
through
started-
and I'm. Sorry.
Are you playing? No. Go ahead. Are you playing Callisto on PC or on console?
On console. I don't do PC games. They scare
Yeah,
me.
that's the way to play it.
They scare me.
But yeah, no, I've got it on PS5, so it's all shiny and nice.
Yeah, that's the best way to play it for sure.
Hmm.
PC is a little sketchier.
I had heard the PC build of it was a little broken.
The last I tried to play it, they still hadn't fixed manual saves.
Oh, that's quite a big thing
Yeah.
to not work.
Yeah.
Damn.
So there's an added level of tension where it's like, am I gonna make it to the next autosave point, or am I gonna die here 20 times?
At least autosaves are quite regular.
They are. It's not so bad.
I had a thing. So because of my setup, I mean, I don't know how well I'll be able to show you. I'll try and. But basically, I'm this close to my TV.
Yo! Room reveal.
Yeah.
House tour.
Right. So because of, I mean, it's a bit more free at the moment because I don't have to have everything plugged in. But again, because of how little room there is once all my wires are tangled behind my TV, my laptop has to sit right in front of my TV. And when I was playing Callisto Protocol, I thought the game was crashing every time I hit a tutorial screen. Because I didn't realize you had to hold down circle to get the button thing the other way. I thought, right, and I was pushing all the buttons and tapping them, and nothing was working. And I was like, I have to literally close the game and reopen it every time I hit one of these screens, because my laptop was covering over the button, so I wasn't seeing it was getting highlighted when you hold it. And I'd been streaming it for, I think it was actually the second stream of it I did. Then Ravi came into my stream and was like, you do realize if you hold the button, it'll be okay. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like I've done about 10 of these screens and had to close the game every time, being like, God, the game's crashing. It was really annoying. But I've actually found the game to be really fun. Weevil the Womble, thank you for getting over here and joining in the fun. Much appreciated.
It definitely has its flaws, but I've enjoyed it a lot. I haven't stopped playing it because like I don't like it or I've gotten sick of it. My schedule's just been really chaotic. And because I also bought the Dead Space remake, and that's really good. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. But I also haven't been playing that just because I've been very no thoughts, head empty, and horror games do take just a little bit more emotional bandwidth.
I don't know, because my other thing that I'm streaming is Celeste, so actually, like, Callisto Protocol is definitely a relax for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know if you've caught any of my Celeste things or seen what I've been tweeting about it or anything, but it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a difficult game. So how about you? Are you looking forward to new games, or are you also drowning in your backlog?
So one of the things is I only stream approximately 3 days a week, and normally one of those days of the week, Prez and everybody, we were doing Digimon Survive for a while. So I feel like if I keep one solid game on channel, the chances are that's the only thing I'll be able to stream because it'll take so long to finish.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of varieties of games, but we've completed The Forest, we've completed a Morion stream as well. And then hopefully we get back into Digimon Survive here shortly. We've had a lot of scheduling conflicts, and then I am so looking forward to Sons of the Forest. I've been waiting for this for so long, and I'm so excited.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be for on stream. I mean, just anything you're looking forward to is exciting. Oh, look at the pretty dress.
Oh, that's adorable.
Dangerous.
She's not talking.
Moment of silence.
Ooh.
We broke her.
I was fucking muted. Damn it.
It happens. It
I
happens.
was like, yeah, pretty dress. CK's just fancy. I'll just fancy it because I saw this in V-Roid Studio. I was like, okay.
I think that's a maid dress.
Maid dress. Yeah, this will this will be the last time me using this model, so I was like, might as well make the most of it right now, because then when I stream, I just use my PNG up until Silva finishes the model.
Ah.
Which, might I say, it's coming out fucking fantastic, Silva. What did you eat? What did you eat for lunchies?
But no, I know my big thing. I mean, despite the fact that I'm drowning in backlog, I'm trying to sort of get everything ready so that I can have at least one of my games finished in time that I can start streaming the Resident Evil 4 remake on the day that comes out.
When is that coming out?
The 24th of March.
Oh, this is just a good year for horror games.
Right. I was talking to Katie about it today, and I was like, hey, so on this Friday, I know I don't normally stream Fridays, but it's like the last weekend of my holiday before I go back to work, because I've got a couple of weeks off in March. And I was like, so can I just have this day to stream all day, because Resident Evil, thanks.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what time. It will either be like all afternoon or all evening. I don't know which one, but there will certainly be a reasonably lengthy stream on the day of release of me being like, so I've completed this game thousands of times on GameCube. Let's see how the remake works. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's a really good game.
Ooh, I just realized something.
What?
If I'm closing tonight, that means I get to bring home a free drink.
What's your free drink?
Anything.
No, but I mean, what are you going to pick?
Oh, well, I don't go into work tomorrow till 3 p.m., so I might... I'm not gonna do a shaken espresso, that's too much caffeine. I might do either my regular espresso drink, or I might just do black tea lemonade with mango dragon fruit base.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, blimey, that was a lot of words. Sorry.
For clarification, Haya, no, it's okay. For clarification, Haya, I work at a Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I might do a black tea lemonade with mango dragon fruit refresher base, or I might do pink drink, or I might do my regular espresso drink, which, be prepared for this, CK. It's a grande white mocha with extra caramel drizzle, oat milk, a splash of half and half, blonde shots, and that's it.
I don't know what a splash of half and half means, but the rest of it I understood.
Half and half
Creamer.
Yeah.
Right.
Splash of creamer.
Okay.
That's what we call it, at least, or well, where I work, half and half, or Brevia.
I don't think I've ever been to a Starbucks.
Well, I know this will never happen, but if you and Katie ever go to mine, your drinks are on the house.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Well.
I told my friends that if you ever come to visit, drinks are on the house.
I don't
Even
think
Silva's pink drink.
there's I mean, there is like not in like my local town, but in like the nearest city to me, there are Starbucks. I don't think I've ever been in one.
Guess who I have in my lap right now?
Ames?
Ollie.
What? Oliver! He's not a happy boy right now. Alright.
I heard him.
He said boof.
I love you. Alright, well. No cookie for you. Oh, yeah, he just said that and he looked at me so mad. Okay, fine. There we go, Fatty. Go over there now.
Are you gonna have to excuse me one bit? I just need to absolutely go pee.
Yeah, go for it. Pee break.
So this is really unprofessional.
I'll be right back too.
Hey, so I'm just hosting this show, but I'm really gonna pee. No, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also gonna go to the bathroom.
So how's your day going, Haya?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's cool. Dude, we gotta add each other on Genshin. Sounds
We
like
do.
fun.
I mostly play it single player, but I'm trying to be like more open to playing things with people. Running
Yeah,
a
for sure.
running a community server has helped with that a lot.
If you ever need help with domains or if you want to just fight bosses and shit, level up.
Oh man. So I play the game super casually. And I went to go fight the Raiden Shogun boss, the one under Yai's temple.
Yeah.
And I got absolutely wrecked within like the first couple seconds.
Oh no.
I mean, I went back in later and I was like, alright, I actually have to try. And I was able to beat it, but it still took me an embarrassing amount of time.
Dude, no, fair enough. I mean, the fucking Raiden Shogun boss is like absolutely hard.
Yeah.
I think one of the bosses that I hate fighting, is those fucking sharks in Enkanomiya to level up behind Miko.
Yeah.
Irritating.
Yeah.
Like, I always bring in someone in there with me because I'm like, can you distract them while I try to shoot them with Ganyu?
Yeah, those are a pain. I feel like I've kind of got a method for them now, but it still takes a while.
Are we back from Genshin?
We are.
Okay.
Hold
fine.
on a damn minute, Prez. What do you mean I just tried pulling Yelan? You have Genshin, Prez, and didn't tell me? Or are you tripping?
Prez is
joking around?
a casual Genshin. He Genshins occasionally. He's not very.
Oh.
He's not like a.
Really?
He's not a die-hard Genshin. But the problem is, he's like, man, cute anime people, and then he feels a stirring in his nevers and gets all excited.
Prez, I don't care if you log in every couple months. If you don't give me that UID right fucking now, I'm offended.
Yo, Prez, is this a fact? Well, I hope you
Yeah.
get Yelan.
Doesn't Prez mean Kaya?
Oh yeah, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you main Kaya? I'm just gonna send his UID between mine and Sila's thing so I remember.
I'm also
Yeah,
grabbing
th-
that.
I was gonna say, there you go, everyone. That's Prez.
Cheeky
That,
UID grab.
that's Prez's phone number if you ever want to get in contact with him. That's true. Prez is going to be doing Genshin cosplay soon.
I
Have you- I was going to say, have you ever done cosplays?
Me?
Well, yeah.
No, because I've never been told, like, by anyone, like, you should try this cosplay.
Well, I mean,
I've
neither
never
have I,
cosplayed,
but
but
I've done cosplay.
I would be open to the idea if someone really wanted me to cosplay someone.
But surely you should do it because you want to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, because I never looked at a character and went, oh, I want to dress up as them.
That's fair.
I've looked at outfits and been like, oh, I want to wear that, but like of characters, nah. But like if somebody, like how somebody wants Prez to cosplay as Kaya, I wouldn't turn down the idea if like, I don't know, if Silva wanted me to cosplay as someone, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Just to get a kick out of it.
Have you ever done a cosplay, Sil?
But you know what, Prez? I got that phone number. I'm just saying. Anyway, no, I've never done a cosplay. The most cosplaying you can get is Halloween. I thought I wouldn't consider any of those cosplay.
That's fair.
But no, I would be open to it. Vox has mentioned several times doing like a couple's cosplay, but we've never done it.
Aww.
I've done. I mean, technically, I've done both of them were pairs things. I've done one with my brother and I've done one with Katie, which was quite fun.
What is that number you sent me in Discord?
Oh, it's Prez's UID for Genshin. I just sent it there to remind myself, sorry.
Oh. Okay.
Because I don't want to open Genshin right now while I have my view thing open.
Okay.
Oh god, what have you clipped?
What is that?
RP Tubers cosplay. But yeah, no, because when we went to Comic-Con one time, like me and my brother went, and I went as Sasori from Naruto, and he was my puppet, and that was good fun. And then me and Katie went as Mustang and Hawkeye from Full Metal Alchemist.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what you clipped.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is.
And hey, you're in the clip contest.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair for me to be on the judging for that one though. I'll have to abstain from that one since I'm on.
My sort of thing was, I've talked about this before because Chris made a clip for the last one, and it was, for those people who don't know, if you're ever here, we have a clip contest on this channel, and if you ever make a clip, then you automatically get entered into the clip contest. And at the end of every quarter, all my mods vote on what they think is the best clip, and then whoever made that clip wins a month's free sub on me. So it's always worth looking. Yo! So it's always worth looking for clippable moments when you're hanging out here. What I said to Chris when he made one before was I just honesty policy really. Basically, only vote for it if you actually genuinely think it's better. I trust people to be, not fix it in their favor.
Oh yeah.
Also, the fact that there's 4 other people who will be voting, it should hopefully stop one
Balance.
person. Yeah. And the way they do for it anyway is you actually pick your top 3 and they all get points, and then it's done on a total. It's I think a fairly fair system.
Would all of you like a Starbucks recommendation drink for Valentine's Day?
Sure.
I'm terrified.
It tastes exactly like a chocolate covered strawberry.
Oh, let's go.
I don't
yeah.
like chocolate covered strawberries.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, tell us anyway. But I mean, I don't like strawberries. But...
What? Damn, I'm still saying it for the others. Oh,
Do it.
for
Chat
Haya.
will want to know.
Great.
Hi will simp one.
It's,
Wait, you need to tell her how many zeros and ones it is.
a lot.
They'll just scan it in. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It's a mocha frappuccino with raspberry pumps, strawberry puree, and those like freeze-dried strawberries they put in the pink drink?
Oh, the strawberry inclusions?
Yeah, scoop those in there too with some Java chips. Scoop of ice, blend it all together, and then put a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of strawberry puree at the bottom of the cup. Pour the frap in there, pour some whipped cream, and then boom, you're done.
That sounds really good.
That was a lot to
delicious.
memorize. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
drop it in chat.
You're gonna have to do me a flow chart.
A flowchart.
Start with cup and then just move on.
Start with cup. Just fucking alright, makes a whole. I was so tempted right now to be like, I'll draw you a chart right now on stream.
Do it. Go for it. I mean, a much simpler thing. I mean, Costa tend to be where I get my coffee from, but I'm sure Starbucks will do the same. But if you get a hot chocolate and then put hazelnut syrup in it, it tastes basically like a Kinder Bueno.
Oh yeah. I've actually tried hot chocolate with hazelnut. It's really good. That or I've tried hot chocolate with what's it called? What's it? Oh, it's like toffee nut. It's pretty good.
Ooh, toffee nut.
Has everyone asked out their Valentine's out yet? I already did. I already have plans with him.
That's nice. I'll be at work.
Aw, no time with Katie?
I mean, I'll probably see her for... It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she'll get back from work, we'll have dinner together, and then I'll go to work, so... But I mean, we don't do Valentine's.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, I basically, when me and Katie got together, I told her I was never going to do Valentine's Day. My sort of thing is, it's like, I'll either love you every day or never, or not at all. I don't need a specific day to buy you I buy her flowers all the time. I don't need a day.
Aww.
I don't need a day for it. you know, I'll get her flowers. I brought her a chocolate the other day just because I thought it would be nice. You know, like. I don't
That
know.
is so sweet. You buy her flowers like all the time. That is so fucking sweet, CK.
It is, it is.
I don't know. It really pisses me off though because
your game.
anytime like you buy like anytime as a man, if you buy flowers from a shop, the comment is always, "Oh, what have you done?" And it's like,
What have you?
and it's like, I'm not. Look, it's like just because you're a fucking jackass doesn't mean that I am. Like I don't buy her things because I've done something wrong. Like I buy her things because I love her. You know, like.
Oh wait, does
No,
Katie
Fred.
have does Katie have a favorite flower?
Well, yes, but it kind of changes. I mean, it was. So, I know she used to like tulips, and tulips are the first flower I ever bought her because of that fact. Because I can remember I brought her pink and yellow tulips. But, like, when I say pink and yellow, the one flower was both pink and yellow. It wasn't like a mix of both. And they kind of reminded me of rhubarb and custards. But I brought her them. And yeah, so I know for ages she liked tulips, but I think she quite likes chrysanthemums now because those are Lyra's birth flower.
Aww. I like 3 different types of flowers. I like bellflowers. I like hydrangeas, and an old personal favorite of mine from high school that I've actually told no one up till now is tiger lilies.
Ah.
I know Katie really likes lilies as well. What makes tiger lilies so special? Like compared to other lilies.
Yeah. Right when I get flowers, I love to like put them away in a vase, and I'll put them like by a nice little like when I get my own place, I want like my own little coffee area, like how exactly my parents have, and then like anytime I'll get flowers, like I could just put them right there, like by the little coffee area. Oh, and it could be like a little new flower there, like every other like week or day, and I was like, oh, that's a nice idea, you know.
Yeah. I just googled tiger lily and it's just come up with Chinese restaurants. I wanted to know what...
Tiger lily flowers. The orange flowers, they're so pretty. Those mixed with some bell flowers, I
Those are
feel like
cool.
would look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah! Look up bellflowers too. Tiger lilies with bellflowers, I feel like that... Oh my god, especially like blue bellflowers.
So you
Those
said hydrangeas, bellflowers,
We have,
and
sorry.
tiger lilies?
hydrangeas and tiger lilies, yeah, those are absolutely gorgeous to me.
My hands are being glitchy, sorry.
It's
Oh no,
okay.
it's okay.
It's okay, I'll do it too and then we'll feel normal.
Fingies.
Yeah, we actually have in the woods near my house, like if you go at sort of springtime, it all fills up with bluebells, like they all come out. And you can just walk through like loads of bluebells and it looks really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I've never really thought about having them in a bouquet. I'm just used to seeing them in the woods. I would assume then that hyacinth, that your favourite flowers are hyacinths.
My favorite flowers are sunflowers.
God damn it.
I was about to have that as my guess too. I was like, oh, there's sunflowers in the background.
I mean,
Which
sunflowers
is
are
very
nice too.
happy.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sunflowers are beautiful.
I remember
Yeah.
when we were like little kids, my grandma gave me and my brother and our cousins, like we all got a bag of sunflower seeds to go and spread throughout her garden or whatever. And none of them grew at all except for one that I dropped right by like her back door. So and it grew to like, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 feet tall, and then she just had this massive sunflower just outside her back door. And it was kind of in the way, really, but
Oh no. See, what you guys actually did was feed all the birds that day.
yeah, absolutely.
So, fun fact, my wedding bouquet was hydrangeas.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna look that up now. Hold on.
Oh,
Wedding.
hydrangea.
It's wonderful. The only problem is, if it's hot out, by the time you get to go inside, because I had an outdoor wedding, by the time you get to go inside, they are very dried out. Like they look like they've been left out for weeks. So also don't forget hydrangeas drink through their petals, not through their stems. So you need to put them upside down in water.
Oh, see, I
Interesting.
didn't even know that.
These are beautiful. Oh my god.
Have you just shared it to Discord?
The wedding bouquet of. You want me to send a picture of the picture I'm looking at?
Sure.
Here, look at. Copy image. I'm looking at these two right here, to be specific. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Hey, let's smallerize it.
Hold on.
It's not there. It's just a picture of you.
I know, hold on, copy image. Paste. These two right here are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine had a couple of, like inclusions, like the little foliage mixed in throughout. But yeah, that's basically what my bridesmaids and my maid of honor had, is something like that.
I was just trying to see if I could find a picture of Katie's bouquet. I don't know what flowers are in it. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But I must have a picture of it somewhere.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, hydrangeas are absolutely lovely. They're not a starter plant if you're looking to grow one, but they're gorgeous. And the pH of the soil is what causes the different flower colors.
That's cool.
Yeah, Serenity. The maid of honor gets so you have your bouquet, and then you have a special bouquet for your maid of honor that's separate from the regular
Yeah. Well,
flower.
kind of- you have like basic flowers for all the bridesmaids, then the maid of honor gets a bit more special, and then you get a more special, the most special.
Y'all want to hear something funny about my wedding?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I had done a makeup test the day before my wedding, the night before, and it looked absolutely wonderful, and I had no problems. The next day on the wedding, I had my makeup done, and one of my eyelashes didn't really want to stick, but we got it to stick, and I walked down the aisle, and of course I am bawling my eyes out. I'd waited many years for this moment, and my eyelash was coming off. He's just staring at it, and I'm like, don't look at it, don't look at it. And I ended up pulling off both of my fake eyelashes and then handing them to my maid of honor. Actually, I think it was just one of my bridesmaids that took it. And it was one of my bridesmaids that actually.
What did you do this for?
Yeah. Yeah, my eyelashes did not want to stick, but I was crying so much.
I've just put in a
Aw.
picture of Katie's bouquet
Oh, that's beautiful, CK.
Oh,
when we got married. There
that
you
is
go.
absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh. You know, now that I think about it, I think the last time I received flowers or bought flowers was when I was in high school, and I bought flowers. I had bought flowers for a friend of mine because her boyfriend was being an asshat that day, and she just really wanted to spend the day with him and
Oh, no.
you know, just get that special treatment, you know. And I was like, you know what, like, I got you. So we hanged out after school, and I bought her flowers and chocolate, and she's like, oh my gosh, she started crying.
You see what I mean? Mum energy.
Yeah, cause I don't want her to have a sucky day like that on Valentine's Day. Like, that sucked. I was like, no, don't worry about it, you know. I think I was 16. Yeah, I think I was 16 or 15 between those.
That's a really nice thing to do, though. You're a lovely
yeah.
person.
Aw, all of you are. So,
No, you-
CK, I'm all of you. I'm not doing this argument. Glue on eyelash. You never heard of that, Serenity?
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it because at first she thought my real eyelashes fell off. No, it's what they call falsies or they're fake eyelashes. You basically super glue it to your eyelid to make you look like you have more full eyelashes.
I've been wanting to do that before, but I'm too scared of the glue, so I was like, I'll just stick with these small ass eyelashes I have on my face.
You have to put them on. You do the big ones, and then you can do the eye flutter.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I want to do the eye flutter. That's so cute, but I was like, I don't like the glue.
No.
It's not
Like,
that
I
bad.
don't.
It's one thing
The
actually.
worst part is putting it next to your eyes.
Oh, like for example, Haya. So, how do you guys feel about like when putting on makeup? I don't know if you put on makeup, Haya. But if you do you guys ever put on like lipstick or shit like that, or lip liner?
I haven't.
I use.
It's actually interesting this has come up because earlier today I was thinking about like what would it look like with a more like dramatic look, like maybe if I did use some brighter lip color.
I used lip stain instead of lipstick.
Oh.
If you've never seen lip stain, it's exactly like lipstick. But sometimes, depending on the kind you get, sometimes it's just a pencil that is long lasting, and sometimes it's just you leave your mouth open for like 30 seconds while this stuff like seeps into your lips, and you just don't put them together, and then it lasts all day.
Like, I don't like wearing lipstick, because I don't like I don't even like chapstick, but I should put that on more often so my lips don't get chapped. I just don't like the feeling of anything on my lips.
Then you'd like lip stain.
And
It wears off pretty quick, but the color stays.
I'll probably do that then, because only time I wear lipstick is if like I really want to like, you know, go all out with the whole look and everything, which I'm gonna do lipstick, like light lipstick on Valentine's Day, but not a lot. It's like a orange pale type of color that's like nice. It's like a natural look.
That sounds really good.
I currently have the whole outfit ready on the side of me in one of my bins, because I keep my clothes in my bins.
Trash clothes.
Trash load.
I gave them in the bin. They're measured.
Trash.
I don't mean that. I'm sure you will look fantastic.
Oh no, I know. I was laughing along with you, don't worry.
I made the joke, but I have to clarify.
So like, I don't want her thinking I said her clothes are trash. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no. No, I know. Where's the wife and Lyra right now? They're just chilling, or?
They're in bed.
Oh, they're in bed. Oh yeah, it's friggin' night for you. I forgot.
It's like 11:30. So they went to bed just before we started streaming. Because, well, Lyra's bedtime officially is 7:30, but by the time she's asleep and like put down, it's usually like between 8 and 9:30. I think it was closer to 8:45 today. And Katie's just sort of said she was really tired, so she was going to go straight to bed.
And what's your bedtime?
Usually about 9 a.m.
Oh
No-
no.
Huh?
I'm nocturnal. I don't.
9 a.m.
Yeah, I don't do. I sleep in the day
Oh,
because
shit.
I work night shifts, so I'm up all night anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my life is
Oh.
broken and backwards, but it's the things
Oh,
we do.
no.
Yeah.
It pays the bills, though. That's the thing, isn't it? And you've got to take the work where the work is.
Feel honestly, you just gotta do the work even though you don't really want to, but that's just life, you know. Gotta
Yeah.
earn the money to live.
That's it. Unfortunately, that is the way of things. So. But I don't want to talk about work because that's depressing and not conducive of a good time. So.
Yeah, like I just said I worked there, but it's fine because then I get free food and drink out of it.
Sure.
Gonna take home a drink, I don't know what yet, and then probably a cheese Danish. Also, I'm gonna take a pee break now, so I'll be right back.
No worries. But no, it's been exciting this weekend. I've certainly all through this week been looking forward to it. Seems like getting to hang out with you lovely people. It's been keeping me going through the week. And then we all got to try on hats.
Now you get to start planning episode 2 of season 2.
I've already done that. I've already got one guest confirmed and another one potentially confirmed.
Ooh. Man, look at CK ahead of us.
I know.
Professional.
You wouldn't believe it, would you? But I was just like, hey everyone, like the February episode is this week, so that means we should start planning the April one. But you know, it's a big thing when you like. I've got to write interviews, and I know it's only 3 questions, but even so, I've got to do that, and I've got to plan a cocktail, and. But it does mean now, if any of you ever like redeem the cocktail here, you know what one of the ingredients is going to be.
I'm really impressed. Like you knew something about everyone's streams. Like that was really good.
Yeah, that's part of the thing that makes me. So in some ways, I think it would be really nice to invite on people who are like I maybe don't know as well. Because that way it would be a nice way for me to get to know them as well. And if they're a streamer I've met recently who I think, oh, they're really cool, I'd like to introduce them to my community. But then I'm like, oh, it would be hard to write an interview because I wouldn't know necessarily what to ask them. And then also, like, I wouldn't necessarily know what to base their personality on towards the cocktail and stuff. And it's difficult because, I mean, I guess the worry is that if it's somebody I know quite well, that a lot of people would already know them. And part of the idea of this show was to help networking and introduce people to new people. And it's, I don't know, it's hard to meet that balance between it has to be somebody that I know, and also the people I know really well, like Hyra, I've known you for most of the time I've been streaming. But it's, you know, the worry, I guess the part of it is, the worry is that everyone already knows you. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. That's, in fact, a brilliant thing, because people should know you, you're great. But, you know what I mean? Like, as far as meeting, but then there's still the fact that you're a really good friend and I want to show you off to people and be like, hey, this is Hyra, go check her out, she's wonderful. I don't know. They're just kind of, it's kind of meeting the balance, if you understand.
No, I think I know what you mean. Cause like there'll be people who I'll get raids from, and I'll like shout them out and like try to kind of, I guess, promote them. But like everyone already knows them because they're in the community.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's definitely, it's still a nice thing. It's like, hey, I've met these people, and you know. But yeah, no. So I'm already trying to plan who's going to be on the next one, and that's the thing as well. I'm like Sylv was saying earlier, you know, she's only got to know Tony recently, and I don't think either her or Tony really knew you before today very much.
I've raided her before.
All right.
Prez navigated to raid her way once. I don't remember what we were doing, but we all raided her. It was like a triple raid or something. And yeah, that's when I met Haya. But since then, she streams kind of late for me.
Yeah, I haven't been able to catch any of Sylva's streams.
I was gonna say,
a few times I've seen her live, I'm like buried in other tasks.
Yeah.
So this has been nice. This has been very nice.
I was gonna say, I think Haya usually starts at about 3 or 4 in the morning for me. So it's, I guess that's like what, like midnight, 11 o'clock for you, something like that. But yeah, so it's, it can be difficult, but that's one of the reasons this is nice, isn't it? And like I say, hopefully you sort of now can have got to know each other a bit better, and it blossoms friendships and stuff. And I remember like when we did the first episode. I mean, I don't even think the Crib still streams, and I don't know if sort of Shady talks too much after. But I know like for a while at least, like a few of you said, oh, we're gonna sort of try and keep in contact and stuff, and that made me happy. And I know after I did the first like proper episode, when it was John, Kells, and Ari on it, and I know I saw a couple of times after that, like John went and raided like Ari because they'd never met before, and it's just like, oh, it's really nice. These people have like met up from doing my show, and it's, I don't know, it makes me happy because that was kind of what I wanted to happen from it.
I'm excited to see you do your New Year's resolution of trying to get somebody on the show that Prez hasn't met.
Yeah, so like I say, pretty much everyone I meet in streaming I've met through Prez, because Prez is a big social hub. And who did I have on with it? I had Rem and Sid on with him, who are both people I met through... Oh no, I think I met Sid through John. But Rem I met through Prez. You know, that was it. I was like, Prez, if you come back on the show, I have to have a guest on here that you don't know to go on with you, so you can meet somebody new. And it's my challenge to at some point do that. So we'll do it. Yeah, we'll find somebody. I mean, I know a few streamers he doesn't know, but or at least I don't think he knows. It's just like you say, I need to build up a bit more of a rapport with them, so I could actually like have a legitimate conversation with them rather than just being like, so hi, kind of don't know you.
I think interview shows and talk shows are like, that's a very popular thing among VTubers. So I think even if you kind of like cold called some people, basically, you might still get a positive response. I
might do, but I would feel maybe I would rather know somebody.
Would it be a little weird? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, so at the Friendo Yearendos awards like this year, obviously they had the podcast section, which because of this show I got nominated for, which I was really excited about. And I remember them sort of saying on them, it's like, hey, so if you ever need guests for your podcast in the future, here's a whole host of people who are doing podcasts that you could ask about. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know any of these people, and it'd be weird if I just suddenly was like, hey, I've never met you, but you want to be on my show? I would feel very strange about it. Whereas it's yeah, it's really nice, because like I say, as much as part of this thing was for me to, because I get very nervous about meeting new people, and I'm not very good at networking, which I know is a big part of being a streamer, and it really helps. So part of this show was to help my friends network easier, by introducing my friends to other friends. But then also part of this show is just, hey, you know what? I'd just like to really hang out with my friends for a couple of hours, and it would be a really nice evening.
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's very much nice for me to have people on that I do actually know. So yeah. That being said, I think we should try and move into the last part of the show. But before we do, again, what is the chat show without quick ad breaks? Hey, folks, if anyone's interested, I mean, I know Haya's already signed up for, but we are starting a visual novel book club in Discord. If you ever want, and Silver's in it, you're going to do it as well, actually. But if people want to, if you have a backlog of visual novels and you want to read them, and you need friends to help you get through them, and you want to meet up with those friends every now and again to discuss the things we've read, well, we're going to be starting a visual novel book club in our Discord.
I return.
Welcome. Yeah, it's the thing we're doing. We're starting it actually on Monday, which is exciting. We're just getting through this weekend. There's the Discord link, and we're going to be starting by reading Steins Gate, which is a time travel sci-fi. It's going to be really exciting. I've seen the anime, and it was a very good anime. So if that sounds like something people would be interested, feel free to jump in the Discord and let me know, and I will hook you up with the details. But that's the thing we're doing. It's another new thing. So it was vanished. So then for the last part of the show, I've asked each guest to come along with a little story about, I don't know, something that's happened to them in their life. I guess Silver won't be going first because she's just vanished, but if anybody would like to, if either of you two would like to tell your story first.
If you want, you can go first. Hi, I'm just checking something real fast on my email.
Yeah. So it's I hope this is okay. It's a story that happened on stream.
That's fine.
So it's not really like from personal life, but it was pretty exciting.
Sure.
So I'll do how to start. There's a government organization that does like live deep dives.
Mm-hmm.
And streams them on YouTube. There's usually like 3 channels, so there's like 3 views. There's the submersible, an unmanned submersible, and then there's like their headquarters and like a different stream. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. We get to watch scientists scuff their way through their streams with their own audio issues and try to collect samples, which is always really nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first streams that happened, like someone destroyed a sponge. It was very dramatic.
Like the animals, a sponge.
Yeah. So there was one morning I woke up really early to do this stream, and there had been a lot of canceled dives because there was a lot of sargassum, which was clogging up the intakes of the ship, so they weren't able to cool it. Things were getting overheated.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up, and they drop down. It was like insanely deep, like 600 kilometers down or something crazy. The deepest dive that they were going to do that year, I think. And they cancel the dive. And I'm like, oh well, we watched the descent. We watched, some previous dives while they were doing the descent. I guess we'll wrap here. And then as I'm about to wrap up, you can hear in the control room, they've lost control of the sub. The sub is in free fall. So the winch that pulls the sub up has failed. And Deep Discovery is the name of the submersible. They call it D2, but we were calling it 2D. So everyone's like really happy and like attached to this little sub.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, D2. So we, like, they're accelerating the ship to create like slack in the line, to take pressure off the winch. And it's this whole dramatic thing playing out live, trying to rescue the submersible from like deep down in the ocean. And it's super tense. But they did eventually get the winch working again. I think it, like at some point they were just like manually pulling the line in. It was crazy.
Wow.
But that was the most exciting thing I think that happened during the dive. It was the time the dive got canceled.
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew a couple of friends who used to watch the SpaceX like space launches and stuff when they were testing out the new shuttles, and they were like, it obviously every time it works, it's like, wow, science has come along and it's really amazing.
Yeah.
But it would always be exciting if something blew up, like.
Oh gosh. It's weird, but it's like watching the dives is oddly reassuring as a streamer because as a streamer, you're like, oh man, I'm so small and stuff, audio issues, lol. But then you'll watch this like government-funded expedition, staffed by scientists at the top of their field, and they're like, hold on, our audio feeds are messed up. Like, yes.
I know you well.
Yes. Everyone has the same issues.
I guess the thing is, what they should really be doing, they've got all their scientists do the deep dive, they should probably employ a social manager to like actually do the stream.
They actually have someone, like, they would introduce the person that was there to make clips, and I would be like, clippers, this is your career goal, become the official, like, NOAA oceanic exploration clipper.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. What were they actually looking for when they were doing the dive?
The primary goal of the expedition, the Okeanos expeditions, is mapping. Like, mapping with new technology to get a much more detailed map.
Sure.
And then for the dives, it varied. One dive, they were off the coast of Portugal, and they had been asked to look for breeding grounds of a specific commercially important fish. And then I think, no, they weren't taking samples that one because they were not in international waters, so they weren't able to. So it's a variety of reasons, mapping being the primary one, but then also just kind of taking samples, getting a look at things.
Wait, back up a sec. They're not allowed to take photos unless they're in international waters.
A sample. They're not allowed to
Then
take
samples.
samples. I think they would need like special permission. Was the case?
Sure. From whatever
Yeah,
country
yeah.
that they were technically in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
territory. Which is a shame, isn't it?
imagine
Like,
there's,
that annoys me with all the research things, and it's like, why isn't knowledge just shared? Like,
Yeah.
damn politics.
I imagine even with like scientific like research expeditions, there's probably a lot of red tape
Oh,
because it's
absolutely, yeah.
technically a government vehicle and it's in your country's territory doing things. What's it doing? What's it
Yeah.
allowed to do?
And I mean, I understand that they should submit what it's doing and why, but like, I think its findings should just become free knowledge, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Politics
And
is also depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really exciting. One of the people on the dive also spoke Portuguese, so like every once in a while there would be a break and she would do like explanations in Portuguese. And they were collabing with a college there, so it really was kind of an international endeavor. I really like doing the live dives. It's very, I think, uplifting overall. Even if a lot of it is like, and we're falling through the water column for another hour. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's my sort of silly. They almost lost the sub, and we were like listening in on the control room chatter, like freaking out.
Did anyone in your chat like clip it, or did you highlight it or something?
I think I have the VOD downloaded. I've got a whole bunch of VODs I just need to like make highlights of. Although that one honestly could probably just go up in its entirety. I need to make a VOD channel. I just need to make a VOD channel.
Yeah, I do that. I just download from Twitch, upload to YouTube, and then
There's a faster way to do that.
I know there is,
The export, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like doing it the longer way because then I can put more into like. I like to sometimes like if I've taken a long break, I can cut it out and edit and stuff.
Yeah.
But yes,
I don't
know.
have the internet to be able to do that in reasonable time periods.
It's not too bad. It takes about an hour to download a video and maybe like 2 hours to put it up to YouTube. 2.5 hours.
Like quadruple to 8 times that for me.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I mean, admittedly, I had a 7-hour Celeste VOD the other day that I was uploading to YouTube, and that took about 4 hours, and I was like, oh. But yes, I do understand that as long as I stay in this room, my internet is pretty good in this house. But you know, it's only in this room, which is really annoying. My kitchen is only 2 rooms away that way, and there is no internet in there, which is why I can't do cooking streams.
Oh no.
Have you tried a Wi-Fi extender?
Yes, I have one upstairs in Lyra's room, and it doesn't really help.
Oh no.
I know. But you know, we're hopefully moving house soon, so maybe the new house will be better. Maybe it'll be worse, and then we'll have to reassess everything. But no, thank you for sharing. Tony, do you want to go next? Or are you still checking stuff?
She's very still, so I think she's still checking stuff.
Okay.
Oh, what happened? I'm
What?
sorry.
Do you want to tell you? Do you want to? Are you back? Or are you still busy?
Tell my story?
Yeah.
Sure, I have a
Sure.
story. So this happened back when I was working at I don't know if you guys know what this is, soup plantation?
Nope.
No? Nobody?
No.
Alright.
Vaguely familiar. It's like
Restaurant.
yeah,
Yeah. So it was like a buffet type of restaurant.
yeah.
So I used to work at a soup plantation for about I would say like probably 2 years. Worked there for 2 years, and my first Valentine's Day there was actually funny. So I was closing on Valentine's Day, and I had a bunch of coworkers that I got along with that night, closing as well. One of them, that which is now an IRL friend, that I still talk to. He is so nice. He worked the bakery section, and the bakery section is kind of far from the salad section that I worked, so we were kind of like all separated, just closing, doing our own thing, listening to music, you know. And a thing that we did is that once somebody was done, they were not allowed, like somebody was done closing, they were not allowed to leave the building unless you're being escorted to your car, or if you're waiting for a ride, you wait inside, you know? So I was waiting for my ride, so I'm just kind of chilling by bakery, waiting for that coworker to close in bakery. And he's like in the back, like grabbing some stuff, and then other coworkers are talking because we all decided, oh, we'll just all walk out at the same time, you know? And then all I hear him say is like, whoa! And we're all like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? And he comes out, and he's like, I swear to God, I swear this on my mama, I swear this on my sister. I was like, what? Like, what are you swearing on? What just happened? And he's like, somebody just touched my ass. And I was like, huh? And he's like, somebody just touched my ass. I don't know who, but I felt somebody touch my ass, like as if they were trying to grip it. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, who is there back there with you? And he's like, nobody. It's like, alright, who tried to grab his ass? And everyone's like, what the fuck? No, like, nobody. And we were thinking, was it Michael? Because Michael is like, this dishwasher guy. Sweet old man, but he was just so fucking stupid sometimes. Like, he would joke around too much. And we asked Michael, and he's like, no, like, I'm back here doing dishes. And so one of my coworkers, she was like, oh, maybe it's Janet. I was like, that doesn't sound familiar. I'm like, who the fuck is Janet? And she's like, oh, the old lady that died here before the building was opened. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, before this soup plantation was built, there was like another restaurant here, and apparently like an old lady died here. And I was like, okay, why do you think it's an old lady? He's like, she was like, well, I mean, it's an old lady trying to grab a young man's ass, like, wouldn't be surprised. He's like, and then my coworker just was listening to the whole thing while looking at us all freaked out, and he's like, wait a minute. So are you saying that I'm not alone on Valentine's Day? Let's fucking go, bitches. And I was like, yeah, a ghost bitch. He's like, still a bitch. And I was dying. I was like, you don't got no bitches. He's like, nah, Janet would say otherwise. I'm like, I can't with this. As he said that, my ride pulled up. I'm like, oh, see ya, bye. Took my leftover food and I left.
That is an excellent story.
Gracias. That was my Valentine's Day at 18 years old.
It's good to know that you know, he can sometimes pull ghost people.
Shit, he got the ultimate riz.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what riz is, he got the ultimate swag. Like he can pull ladies, you know.
He got game.
He got game. Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
game. Ghost game, but game nonetheless.
Ghost game. Still game.
If it counts.
Oh yeah,
Counts.
absolutely. I don't know. Actually, well, is it technically necrophilia? I mean,
Only if there's a dead body involved.
yeah. Well, this is why I suppose it's not.
Why do you have to be escorted out of work? Cause there's like homeless people sometimes that would just chill, and two of them were kind of fucking crazy. So, I remember, short or the little story. I remember one time, I was waiting for my ride, and the only one left waiting for me to get picked up was my one of my bosses, and she said, and I quote, "I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm just gonna go. Like, you'll be fine, right?" And I was like, "Huh." And so she just left, and like about a minute after she left, like this homeless guy was trying to talk with me and get like kind of close, but then my dad pulled up, and so everything was fine after that. But I was still like, bro, like I would have waited for you if you needed to get picked up, you know. So I guess the next day, one of the managers, like, they always check the cameras, and they checked the cameras, and she ended up getting in trouble. Like, you cannot just leave a coworker like that unless it's an emergency you have to go to. Like, that's not okay. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. They just saw on the camera, you know. And she was like, she was fine, right? And they were like, I don't know, does this look fine? And like, you just saw the homeless guy near me on the camera, and she was like, oh fuck. And she like went to ask me, she's like, are you okay? Like, nothing happened, right? I was like, no, my dad pulled up, like, I was alright. It was weird, that's all.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I've known places where it was just policy that everyone leaves at once, everyone goes to their car at once. And I don't
Yeah.
even think there were problems in the area, it was just like policy. Maybe there had been problems in the past.
Probably so, if like they have to establish that type of rule.
I mean, a bit less severe, I guess. I know Katie used to have it at her store, that there was a homeless guy nearby, and every morning while they were opening the shop up, they had to keep half an eye on the camera, because as soon as they saw him coming, they had to go and chase him off. Otherwise, because if they didn't see him, he'd go and do a poo in their car park.
Oh wow.
You know, because it was sheltered and it was a bit warm. I guess it's somewhere to squat down and.
Fair enough, I guess. There's like some homeless people near the Starbucks I work at. It's something to just come in, but most of them, the homeless people now are pretty chill. They'll just come in and be like, hey, can I just grab some water? And I was like, yeah, here, and I'll give them water.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sometimes they'll come in to actually buy stuff when they get money from other people, which I'm like, oh shit, cool. And I'll like throw in like an extra cake pop or some shit.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to, but yeah, who gives a fuck? It's just a fucking cake pop. $2, $2.95, whatever.
So, what have you got for us? Little story.
Oh goodness. I just had it, and then all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, oh god. When you mentioned the crazy homeless person, it reminded me of this person that would come into when I worked retail. They came in and they would buy like 3 packs of a certain type of cigarette, and they would buy Dr. Pepper Zero, and she was schizophrenic. And I held the door open for her once, and she's like, you hit me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? like, I didn't do what happened. She kept trying to insist that I hit her, and I'm like, no, I did not. And I refused to talk to that lady after that, but...
What the hell?
So, if you've ever, like, gone to a restaurant and gotten chocolate milk, right? They come in these big crate, or like it's like a milk bag, okay? And it's just I don't even know, probably like a 5 to 10 gallons of milk in a bag. Like, you could easily puncture it. You have to take it out of this cardboard box and then put it in a crate, and then you put it in the machine, right? Mm-hmm. One of my coworkers, he was kind of new, but he ended up putting the thing in there, and then right at the last second it fell out, and there was chocolate milk everywhere. And I will never forget the sight of just chocolate milk everywhere.
I say this to everyone I work with, is you never appreciate how much like a liter of milk is until it's on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Like, It's mad. Because we've had it before, like we can like wheel around like massive like trolleys of milk and stuff. Like when we're in the shop, that's how it all comes in. And you can hold. Do you do your milk in liters or pints, just so I can make it easier for you?
And I guess I got one other thing. So, Vox and I went to college together, right? And everywhere we'd go on campus, we would hold hands. It's just normal for us to hold hands when we walked. And we were talking to this one person one time, and she goes, "Oh, you're that cute couple." And I was like, "Excuse me?" They're like, "You're the couple that holds hands everywhere you go." And I'm like, "Oh God, people know me."
But yeah, wait, is that not a normal thing to hold hands then?
Apparently not.
That's a bit weird. Crazy. How did you feel about being the cute couple on campus?
Self-conscious. I don't. I'm the person that tries to blend in. I'm the book nerd. I don't talk to people. This is how I talk to people. I VTube.
That's fair. I mean, it is definitely easier talking to people on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent a pics to my friend right now. Yeah, he's having art block right now, and he's like, "Look, I drew Princess Peach in this fit," and I was like, "Oh, like it's a Pinterest fit, like that's so cute." I'm like, "Here, you're having art block. Quickly draw this," and then I sent him this picture of Oliver. Where is it? Here it is. Just sending it in our little group.
Oh, baby. Potato.
Potato.
Oh, it's loading. Sorry, chat at home. The picture is loading.
It's alright. That's
There it is. Look at the Dow.
Yeah. That's my emote of him.
Potato.
So, like, our second day with him, I took that picture. He was much smaller than how he looks in that picture, but for some reason, just the proportion, it just looked like he was really fat in that picture. Like, really chunky.
Yeah. You round boy.
Are you playing with your dog right now, Silva?
No, that's Vox.
That's
Vox
Vox
makes those
growling?
noises.
What?
No, Vox is covering her toy, and she gets offended by that.
Oh, I was like, that's a Vox making that
Vox
sound.
growl.
No, she does growl on command. I can tell her inside voice if I have a treat, and she will, like, do an inside growl.
I want to hear that.
Okay. Come here. Let me turn my gain all the way up. Hold on. I'll do it right now. Come here. Inside voice. Inside voice. Inside voice. Inside voice. Inside voice. That's too loud. Inside voice. Inside voice. Good girl.
Yeah.
That's my gremlin.
That's too loud. Inside voice.
She goes right back to fighting with Fox's foot.
That's fine.
Yeah. Get him. Where's my gremlin? Oh,
That's a
he's
great
in the living
question.
room. No, I'm gonna go grab him real fast. I don't trust him being alone. Hold on.
So you think... Oh.
Hey. Let's see.
Dogs on the set. Yeah, so to finish off, I thought I would tell you a little thing. I guess not so much a story as such, just a little background on me that I think people may not necessarily know. But I've sort of always had an interest in like acting as well. And I've done like little theatre things throughout my life that I thought I would talk a bit about. Because I can distinctly remember as a small child, well, not necessarily a small child, as maybe like a young teenager, saying to my dad, "Hey, when I grow up, I want to be an actor," and him just saying to me, "No, that's not going to happen."
Oh no!
My dad's very down to earth and, you know, quite realistic, and he's just like, "Yeah, no, to give up on that dream now, that's not going anywhere." But I can remember, so I mean, this will probably shock you, but I wasn't very cool at school or popular. What? No way. But you know, like, I don't know if you've ever seen, they tend to be in like any sort of films about like awkward nerdy people or something. You'll have that one moment when they gain like respect of all their peers, at least for a little while, even though they're normally like the uncool people. And I had one of those moments when I was at school and we had to do like a thing where we had to write our own like little play to do in our drama class. It was only supposed to be 5 minutes long or whatever. And I wrote a spoof of Harry Potter, because at this time I think it would have been about the time the third film was out on like the sixth book. I don't know if the last book was out or not. So, you know, sort of quite peak Harry Potter hype time. And I just did like a little Mickey take version. And it was one of those things where my whole class was like, "You know what, that was really funny. Like, that was good." And I'm sure looking back on it, I mean, I don't think I've still got the script, but I'm sure it would be rubbish if I looked at it now. But like, for a, how old would I be? Like 12, 13-year-old writing it, it was alright. You know, like, and then from there I sort of just kind of found it was quite fun to do. And I always enjoyed drama at school. And I ended up being in like a couple of plays and stuff, and you know, there was like a thing. I was in the school play of Bugsy Malone, and there was a bit where my character was supposed to be like, his boss was angry at him, and he was gonna like try and kill him, and I was supposed to duck out the way, and then but then as I did it, I improvised like a squeak of fear that isn't in the script, and I don't really know why I did it. It just sort of happened. And then again, everyone thought that was really funny. It's like, right, well, we've got to keep that in. That's brilliant. Like, and there were just like these little moments that sort of added to it. And then I was just like, oh, well, that was really fun. And then my friend Jamie, who sometimes you'll see in my chat as JA, still plays 360. But she used to run a theatre club. Not a theatre club, an actual theatre, sorry. Called Oddbox. And like one of the, I think it was the second play she put on with that. She did a version of Alice in Wonderland, and she got me to write the script. And I did that. I mean, and if you don't know, I did fiction writing as my degree at uni. So, like, writing is kind of a thing I'm familiar with. I mean, I will let you know that a fiction writing degree is a really good waste of 3 years.
Oh no!
There's not, like, unless you're actually going to be an author, there's not really too much you can do with it. But it was quite fun to do. You know, it essentially means I'm a very compelling liar. Or, you know, I can run quite a good D&D campaign.
There we go. That's the more positive take. There
Yeah,
we go.
that's it. You know, and I'm quite good at improvising stuff. I think like running RPGs is quite fun. I'm quite good at making stuff up on the fly and it not being too terrible. Because obviously anyone who's run a tabletop RPG knows that people never do what you plan for them to do. So yeah, I did a couple of things like that and had a lot of fun with it. And I just think it's, you know, something that people may not have known about me is that I have had an interest in drama and done a few sort of acting things, and through scouts and stuff when I was younger I did like a few musicals, so, which obviously now, as most people do know, I sort of sing and I write songs and music and stuff. So I guess it's kind of the roots of all of that. I've always quite liked performing. I have a really weird juxtaposition in my personality that I'm both painfully shy but also crave attention, which is a really difficult thing to deal with as a person. And I feel like streaming kind of hits the balance between those really well, because kind of sort of what you were saying is that it's much easier to talk to people on the internet than it is face to face. So yeah, that's just a little are little extra things that people may not know about me that I thought it would be nice to share.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just learned a ton about CK that I didn't know.
exactly. You know,
I current.
well,
Continue.
no, I was just gonna say also it's really hard for me to keep coming up with these stories because I have to do one like every show. and I'm like, I haven't done that many interesting things in my life.
Oh no.
I know, it's really hard.
I
No, sorry, you go.
currently have Oliver, like his whole body in my sweater right now. Like a cat pouch.
That's nice.
He's just chilling. Oh. Oh, well now he just wants to climb on my shoulder.
Dogs be like that.
You should be tired.
But yeah, cool. So all that is left for me to say really is thanks everyone for being on the show. Thanks guys for coming and hanging out tonight.
Oh, no problem.
If you want to go around the circle and do a quick sort of chat about what you're doing on stream at the moment, when people can come check you out, that sort of thing, the whole spiel for your channel, I'll give you all a shout out. And you know, because everyone needs to go and check you three out and come hang out with you all the time because you're all wonderful and awesome people.
Oh, what are you gonna be doing on your next stream, guys?
I'll go. Hiya, I guess bye, everyone. See, I'm like, I'll go, and then I immediately like freeze up. I'm
Yes.
currently playing a lot of horror games. I need to finish both Callisto Protocol and the Dead Space remake. I also have a community server where we play Project Zomboid, and I've been playing that a lot. We're doing a partial server reset, and when it comes back in, all our mods should be working properly. So I'm pretty excited for that. We're gonna build an IKEA, gonna build a parking lot. We play this. I personally play Project Zomboid like Stardew Valley with zombies. So I'm building the third cursed cafe.
But I thought the chat told you to stop building cafes.
They can't stop this.
Okay.
They can't stop me. I'm out of control. Yeah, chat told me to stop building cafes after the first one got a body count. But it's okay. It's okay. The blood price for the most recent cafe has already been paid. I accidentally ran through the fire in Zomboid. The celebration bonfire after a big raid. And Heckin died. So, my old body is buried under the new cafe.
Nice.
It's what I would have wanted. This is fine. This is what people mean about things being dark, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very cute cafe. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what's under the floorboards.
That should be your slogan. Hey, come in. It's a cute cafe. Don't worry about under the floorboards. We've got teas, coffees, cakes, whatever you.
But I stream Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So like that's at like 11 p.m. Eastern. I stream really late, but that's only because I'm trying to get a garden going. So that will also be additional content at some point once it's starts like properly set up. But yeah, that is me. Yes.
Yes. Tony, go.
Okay.
Did it. Made it happen.
On my next stream, which will be, let's see,
on my next stream, which will be the 13th, at like probably 8 p.m. PST, I am probably gonna be playing Apex, or doing Genshin, like finishing up more stuff in there. Most likely Apex, because I'll probably start off with Genshin and then switch off. For Valentine's Day, I'm not doing anything, and then for the 15th, 16th, 17th, I want to try to collab with others. Like, I was talking about trying to collab with possibly like Tenchi, or collab with possibly like Jory, not Jory, what's her name? I think Jory, yeah, and then maybe even Snow, maybe even Kaito, we'll see. Who knows who'll show up on there, maybe even someone special, you know? But yeah, trying to get more collabs out there instead of just trying to do it solo all the time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness. Watch me break. Hi everybody, I am Silva, your average elf librarian, you know, the usual stuff. I actually share the same server as CK. I'm right below him at the server list over in the library. We're still working on removing the duct tape between the castle and the library. It's still a process. Prez needs to give me the funding, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I stream a variety of games. I normally stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, starting at about 8 p.m. Central Time. Goodness. I will be playing Skyrim again soon. We just finished The Forest. We've finished Amori on stream. There's no one specific genre that I play. I play Phasmo, I've played Metal Gear Solid on stream, I've played Skyrim. There's a lot of things. But yeah, so it's definitely a variety. There's nothing that's ever boring.
You'll always have Silver's loveliness.
Yeah. Sometimes a little unhinged, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We love Unhinged though, that's always fun.
Yeah. My next stream will be, I suppose technically today, but tomorrow really. But it is technically Sunday just about. But I'm actually, so today, for my stream on Sunday, I'm going to be in a raid train. I've never been in a raid train before, so I'm really excited. So if people are free, like in time, about 23 hours, you know, I could really do with the extra support for stream tonight. Like I say, this was a really big weekend for me, what with the chat show tonight and the raid train. But for the raid train, because I wanted to do something special, I'm going to be starting Biomutant, which I've never played before, and I'm going to be playing it only using one hand.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah. So crazy challenge thing to try and make myself seem exciting and like a good streamer people would want to pay attention with. But normally we are doing, on Saturdays we are playing the Callisto Protocol, and on Sundays we are playing Celeste. You know, in my original schedule I'd finished Celeste about 2 months ago, but that isn't how it was planned out.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been uploading all of my Celeste onto YouTube, and I'm up to like the 16th stream of Celeste. And yeah, it's hard going, but we're gonna make it through to the end eventually. So that's exciting. So that's what we're doing normally, is Callisto Protocol and Celeste. The one-handed Biomutant playthrough that I'm starting tonight for the raid train will finish. We'll take over from either Callisto Protocol or Celeste when I finish them. So it will be happening as a regular thing afterwards. So yeah, I normally stream around 10 PM UK time on a Saturday and 9 PM UK time on a Sunday, but tonight, because I've got the raid train, is from 11 till 3, I'll probably start about 20 to 11-ish. So I'm just set up just before the raid train so people can come in, say hi, and then we'll get the raid. I don't know if you saw her in the chat, but Min Kitten, who I will give a quick shout out to, who was here earlier. She's going before me in the raid train, so she'll be raiding into me about 11 PM tonight. and yeah, we'll be having a really good time with that. But yeah, thank you again, Haya, Silver, Tony, for hanging out tonight. It's been really lovely to have you here. Everyone, I can't express to you how much all three of these people's streams are so much fun and such a lovely place to be. So please go and hang out with them if you can, and give them the follows and all that sort of thing. And if people could give me any feedback on the new things we've got for season 2 or the show in general, it's always really appreciated. But the fact that we've now added a theme tune, we've added background music, and we've added the Spread the Wholesome section of the show. If people could let me know what they think of all of those, that would be really good. Thank you for fixing that shout out, much appreciated. Yeah, that would it would be really helpful to know what people think. So let's go find somebody to raid. Oh my god, Tony's just gone live. Let's go raid Tony.
Yeah, they're Tony.
Let's go.
He's doing his podcast. It just makes sense.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. I'm going to as well. I mean, I thought it's always been a thing as long as I've used Twitch, but everyone's been making a big thing. Apparently, it's worse than normal at the moment. But apparently, people are being left behind by raids a lot at the moment. I mean, like I say, I genuinely, the whole sort of 3 years now that I've used Twitch, I've been left behind by raids so many times that I didn't realise it wasn't always an issue. But, you know, so just in case you get left behind, here's Tony, so you can come and find us. But we're going to go raid him. Because Tony is best boy. If anybody wants them and doesn't already have them, here are my socials. You can follow on the Twitter to get updated on what I'm up to. You can check out past VODs on the YouTube. It's almost up to date. There's just so much Celeste to upload. Or you can join the Discord. If you do set your role as a sloth, and you can see what I'm up to in my part of the Discord, or set your role for live notifications, you can see when me and all the awesome streamers in the Nerdy Castle go live. It includes Sylv, she lives in the Nerdy Castle too. And Tony quite often posts in there when she goes live as well.
Do you have a raid message?
I do, I'm getting to it. Calm yourself.
Calm yourself.
Calm yourself. There's a raid message here, or a sub raid, depending on whether or not you are a raid or a sub. If you want to chuck that in the chat when you get there. But obviously, if you want to stay lurking, that is also fine. Lurks are always valid, and anyone who tells you otherwise is an asshole.
Period.
That is a fact. But yeah, thanks just so much for hanging out, everybody. It really means a lot to me that people come by this show, because it's kind of my big thing that I'm trying to do, and I'm always blown away by the support, so thank you so much. And thank you again for my guests for being on here. All that I've got left to say is bye, and remember, spread the wholesome.
Ooh, I went through.